What is up, ladies and gentlemen of League Zero? My name is Corbs, and y'all get to see my beautiful face today. And to my right is going to be the one and only Tree 60 No Scope. And then below me, we got the Woolly Sheep, or just recently promoted to the captain of Geometric, so congrats on that.
Thank you.
And then we got Spongy Cheese, somewhere down there. Not even wearing a face cam. Shame.
No, like there.
Yeah,
He's
no,
like-
I got... It's just on my screen, it looks easier. So, alright, let's get into the weekly recap. So, first game we got, Geometric versus Hyperflex. I mean, everyone, I'll be honest with you, everyone predicted this to be a blowout by Geo. Some predicted 3-1, others 3-0, but it was pretty much Geo all the way.
Yeah. So,
Go ahead, Tree.
yeah, how much did y'all hear about the scrim before the game? Because, as it turns out, so SBC played Hyperflex in the warm-up scrim, and apparently Hyperflex just lost a double shield because...
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, because
I
me
heard
was...
about that.
Yeah, so the problem is that me is like this hyper-aggressive tank that just goes in, and so his team was like, alright, we're just gonna play double shield so that you don't just feed. And that's what they did, and they played double shield. Hyperflex didn't know what to do against it, and so Hyperflex was like, alright, we had a game plan, quote-unquote, going into this week, let's destroy everything, let's put our tanks on double shield, and hope that double shield is enough to get through what? Just crazy, like, Geo? What, really? Really?
Yeah, it didn't work. Like, at first on King's Row, we were like, what is happening? Like, why are they running Genji double shield? And then,
I know one
like, when
person
it got
was
to that point, we were like, yeah, wait, this is fine, we can deal with this.
Yeah. I know one person would be happy if we were playing double shield.
Yeah, Vino. Anyways, nah, I'm just kidding.
No.
Vino would be absolutely pissed.
It would be Blitz.
Yeah, because he gets the lock in the Sigma. Anyways, player of the match was Flank Yada, and the honorable mention is actually here on the show. It is Woolly Sheep, so congrats on getting that.
Thanks.
And, I mean, Flank Yada, this was Flank Yada's debut, if I'm not mistaken, because he did miss last week due to personal reasons, and I'll be honest with you, he looked really strong on Ana or Zen, whatever he played. Like, I was just heavily impressed with him, so props to him. Wooly,
Yeah, he's been playing really well.
yeah, Wooly, how do you like him as a support partner?
Well, yeah, we played a lot together in Pogs, so we already had like a really good synergy. Like in privates, we just happened to always be on the same team. So going into when we both got drafted, I was really excited to start playing with him, and we've just got a really good synergy to start with. It's great.
Yeah, that's always a tough thing to find, especially in this division, is synergy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, no leaks, but me and Blue Jay actually know each other because they are IRL friends, so thank goodness.
Yeah.
and I'm just super excited to get working with them. Also, Wooly, congrats on your honorable mention. That'll be Acronator will record that somewhere. I don't know where, I'll be honest. But let's just move on to the next game. I'll skip the second game for now, but let's go on to Seattle Battle Cattle versus Wisdom. I'll be honest with you, everyone predicted a 3-0, and we got a 3-0. So
3-0.
Dude, okay,
no fun.
so
business.
Spongy,
Yeah?
Spongy, were you at any point in the game ever concerned that you would lose so much as like a point?
Not really. I mean, like, I was pretty convincing. We were just confident, like, all the time. Even if we are down. Just confident.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things are going on with Seattle Battle Cattle. Like, obviously the meat trade just happened. Some players are. I'm getting some rumors that some players are AFK on the team. Like, I heard that they're down to like 6 active players, which is crazy. And yeah, it's just a rough situation going over there. Hopefully Kate can turn it around. I have faith that she can, but again, you never know.
I just don't know what they're doing, right? Like, Wisdom's honestly was like pretty big brained, alright? They're like, alright, we're gonna come in, we're gonna win the preseason, and oh snap, Hyperflex blew up, let's pick up Geekake. And so you build a team around Geekake because she's just that good.
Yeah.
And You're just gonna sit on that for like the end of time, right? Like that's pretty much gonna be your roster unless you pick up unless you get someone that's just absolutely nuts. You're just gonna be sitting on that for forever. So y'all are pretty much set. Whereas SBC is like the opposite side of the coin, right? Like they just need someone who would like to play there at this point. Someone who will show up to scrims and show up to games. And they lost me. They're, to my knowledge, about to lose Rim Jazzberry if he's not already gone. You have a support line that no one really likes.
I mean, to be fair, Fading looked pretty good on his end. Like he was getting consistent first picks. The problem was they didn't follow up on it. So yeah.
But like, but it's flexibility, right? If you have, that's literally the problem that I have, right? If you play very few heroes, you're going to be kind of limited, and unless you have a team around you that can carry you through that, you're going to be in trouble, and that's SBC's problem. So the trade that they have and what they got back should fix some things for them, but it's still rough. Like, need consistent players at this point. They don't even need like winning players, just people that show up to scrims.
Yeah, Wooly, what are your thoughts on the SBC and Wisdom game?
I just quickly skimmed over it, to be honest. Like it wasn't really worth watching too much. Like I pretty much just went to Jib to watch Blitz play. Wanted to see the Bligma, but was disappointed.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed. You better whip out the Bligma next game. I mean, y'all are facing Hyperflex, so
No leaks.
no leaks. Well, they already know. So, anyways, let's move on to the final game, which is really painful for me and 360 EDM versus OTW. The 3-2-1 reverse sweep. That honestly, that game could have gone either way. The problem is, I think OTW just got too cocky. Like, obviously, Trey, you played in this game, so how do you feel, and what are you planning on doing so it doesn't happen again?
All right, so I gotta. So earlier in the season, I made some comments that were like, all right, I think straight up that OTW has the best DPS lineup in the league, right? And the reason I made that was because we had a guy by the name of Off the Goose, who, fun story about him, regardless, was basically like having Ninja on a team, or like XQC. He's a great example, right? Not necessarily good for the team environment, but holy crap, he's just cracked. Like, his aim is bar none best in the league. In fact, I'm willing to bet that he'd beat out 2/3 of novice players. The dude left us to go play in a tier 2 Paladins, which, if you've seen Paladins being played, you need ridiculous aim for that. So he's obviously not bad. And I was like, alright, hey, I'm just gonna... I don't necessarily need to be super flexible. I'm just good on the heroes that I'm good at. I think I can match up with the best of them in the league, and I'll just let a superstar carry while I get consistent value on the DPS. So we came in, and we're like, alright, we're gonna change up everything, right? We Goose was gone effectively. We had a team vote. We were like, we want Eagle in. And then we have our second main tank in Big Hoot. The first two games, honestly, were pretty nice. We had decent synergy, and that was helping us quite a lot. And so we kind of rolled them because I got to play comfort picks. Eagle did well. The biggest thing was when Empty got subbed out, they brought in Young. And Young just basically Sombra diffed us the entire game. I was missing shots that I should not miss. And I'm going to be honest, if I feel anyone through that, it would be me. Because I stayed on things like Widow Ash for way too long. Because those are comfort picks. Those are what I know works. And when I switched to Sombra, I'm not a great Sombra. I've absolutely been boot camping her, just trying to get her as good as possible a lot. But it's incredibly difficult because it's just that I'm not used to. I'm not used to like those very close range heroes. So effectively, I think there was a big DPS difference because honestly, Merlin just was not having fun against Big Hoot. Our support line's cracked. Maybe we had a couple of positional mistakes here and there, but like we just didn't have that DPS factor because I wasn't hitting like game-winning shots or even just round-winning shots. And Goose was trying very hard to carry, but he can't do everything alone. So it's just rough because, well, when I wasn't getting value, we were playing empty against empty, and he wasn't getting value. So we're that's what I see from the game. Maybe some of y'all have different thoughts, but that's where I'm at.
Yeah, so Wooly and or Spongy, can I get your thoughts and opinions about the game? Because, yeah, mine are just mine. You already know mine, so just pain.
Yeah, it was a really good game to watch. You know, came in after we beat Hyperflex and watched the. I think we only watched maps that Edinburgh won.
Yeah,
They were all they were still really close maps. Like the Volskaya draw, where it went to, you guys played 10 points, 10 CP it would have been painful to play, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah, I got a fun story about that. This dude on my right, he created a comp just pretty much out of nowhere, and that was what y'all saw for the for the final defense for us. That's not OTW2. That's just 360
That's
comp.
OTW. That's
So-
1.5.
Yeah, basically, Jay was like, "We're playing Bastion," and I'm like, "Okay, I got a composition for this." I used to scrim. There was a team that I scrimmed like 2 years ago that played basically the same thing, except BAP wasn't out then, so they had like a Moira or like an Anna or something, and yeah, that's basically what I did. Was I stole someone else's comp because I was thinking, you know what, the dive that EM isn't good. They're relying a lot on hacks, and so as long as I can just like go Burt, we're okay. And then I went Burt, we kind of fell apart, and then surprise, squishies without shields tend to die to one shots. So that was the game. That was pretty much the game. Was they ran at us. I shot them. Although very good job on our diva, dude. Blue Jay, much
Yeah,
improved.
Blue Jay's a cracked off tank.
Yeah, and then Spongy Cheese. Any thoughts about the game?
I didn't catch much of it, but I saw the last couple of maps very close.
Yeah, that that game was it was painful to watch if you're OTW, but it was great if you're on the side of Edinburgh or Edinburgh. I'm gonna get flamed for that. Anyways, we got probably the second most important part about the countdown: the predictions. So, first of all, we got One Trick Wonders versus Geometric. Unfortunately, since three of us are involved with this team, none of us can really make a prediction on. Unless your name is Spongy Cheese. Spongy, you predicted 3-1 Geo. The analyst got a nice 69%, and the community got 70% on both favoring Geo. So, what are your... so, this game... since we do have players from both teams here, I want to get your thoughts and opinions. Let's start with Tree. So, how do you think that... I guess you could say will prepare for Geo?
So OTW, pretty much for the last 3 weeks, because we keep swapping in and out our main tank, we get to keep making the same excuse of we haven't been playing together for very long. And I'm going to be honest, that's probably going to be the same this week, because we are on our fourth main tank in 4 weeks. That's got to be a record, right? We started with Blue Jay, went to Eagle, now to Big Hoot, and we're finishing off hopefully with me. So that's always fun. With that said, the predictions were made before we made the main tank trade. People didn't know about it until literally today, right? And it's very difficult to really see what that impact is going to be. SDA is ridiculous, right? I really think that because if he's in against EM, there's no way that EM do anything against Geo, and of course he's playing. So realistically, I think from an up and down roster position, right? We very well could have two of the best tanks in the league. Our supports are ridiculous, and from a DPS perspective, as long as I contain SDA, we can do okay. But I mean, that's it. It's contained, right? How much can you mitigate his impact, and how much of the rest of Geo can you deal with? I I don't quite think it's a 70% matchup towards Geo's favor, unless you're talking about like strictly coordination. Which again, this is novice. We'll see how the scrims go. We'll see how it plays out. But this can either be. I think this could very well be an exciting matchup very quickly.
Yeah, next up, I want to hear Woolie's thoughts about the matchup. So, how are you guys planning on preparing this week, and are you guys looking forward to the match?
Yeah, look, I thought we were gonna. Without the trade, I thought that Zexu was just gonna MTD Big Hoot. Because Zexu has just been playing out of his mind, honestly. I think Minimax has looked better because he's on Wisdom, and I think Zexu, like, there's obviously a lot of bias here, but I think Zexu is the best main tank in the league right now. And me, with like a good supporting structure and playing with his friend Blue Jay, I think that they could easily become the best tank line in Novice. We'll just have to see how they go. So it's probably good we're getting them before they get a lot of playtime with the rest of the team. So I think it's going to be really close this week, and depending on how much you guys scream and how much synergy you get, that tank line could be really, really scary. And I think, you know, we're pretty close around the board. I think Esther's a little bit better than Eagle, but Eagle's still a really good flex DPS. So and Mello and Phantom are great supports. I think Flank and I are pretty good. I think Mello's a little bit better than me, but yeah, it's going to be really close.
Yeah, and then last but not least, Spongy, you predicted 3-1 in favor of Geometric. Why'd you predict that? And do you think that it could, your prediction will change with the new pickup of me on main tank?
Well, so I think it depends on how your tank line fits in with the team, because I think it's going to be a close one, and I could go to a 3-2, but I'd still predict in Geo's favor because they've been playing the past couple of weeks together, and they'll just have more synergy. But I definitely think by the end of the season, say if you guys matched up in playoffs, or if you guys matched up in this last 3 weeks of matches, it would be definitely down to the wire.
Yeah, for sure. This is one of the games I'm excited about because since I am a former Geometric member, won the championship with them, and yeah, so I'm looking to beat my old team, hopefully. And so moving on, let's go to Wisdom versus Hyperflex. So, Spongy Cheese, since you're on Wisdom, you cannot predict this game. However, we have a clean 3-0 sweep across the board for all of our predictions, and we have the analysts predicting 86% in Wisdom's favor, and the community predicting 77% in Wisdom's favor. So, Hyperflex. Yeah, it's how are you going into this game preparing, Spongy?
Just like any other game. They may not be the best, they may not be as good as One Trick or other teams, but we go in the game with the same mentality. Every single team do the same things, because you never know if you underestimate your opponent. Like, you never want to do that, because that's when upsets happen.
Yeah, yeah. Don't ever underestimate your opponent, like, because if you do that, then if you play down to their level, they could just straight up beat you. So, Wooly and Tree, what are your guys' thought about the game? Both of you all having 3-0s. Let's start with Tree, since he's pretty much to my right.
Yeah, so realistically, right, we're still talking about Wisdom games here, right? Like, I don't necessarily want to say that there are no weaknesses, because this is Novice, and obviously there are weaknesses, but from a league standpoint, top to bottom, I mean, they have, I think, probably the best roster, plus, like, they're an academy team, so they're having, like, actually good coaches. So, it's hard, because WA just 3-0'd us, and we brought EM pretty much about as far as you can push a team. And now you're going to tell me that EM's going to take a map? Maybe they can find something. I just don't know. If they are, it's going to be through hardcore plays through RQT and Young. And maybe
it's Hyperflex versus Wisdom.
That's right. That's right. Oh wait, it's Hyperflex. Never mind. Never mind. We would never have we. We haven't even lost the map to Hyperflex since Rims. No. Obviously, Scrimbucks are what they are. Then
Rio,
yeah,
sorry,
no.
my bad.
What?
Yo, people
Yeah,
watching
yep,
will get it.
yep. No, you're good. I'm completely blanking. I don't know why I thought y'all were playing EM, but y'all will, and there's my thoughts on it. But for Hyperflex, yeah, okay. Imagine that, but instead of putting in like RQT and like and Young in, you just put like Sadness in. Like Sadness is the answer. You have Sadness versus Wisdom Academy. You've got like you look at the playbook's empty, and that's effectively what's going on. There is I don't see how it could happen. Like giant meteor? Maybe? If there is a giant meteor that hits the Earth, then maybe Hyperflex doesn't have to play WA, and they won't get 3-0'd. Other than that, maybe the internet goes down, like worldwide. Yeah, that's all I got. Those are my only ways that I can see Hyperflex not losing 3-0.
And Wooly, you predicted 3-0 Wisdom. I wonder why. Explain why.
There's like a less than 1% chance that Hyperflex can win this game. Like they're just too disorganized right now. Like I think they have the pieces to become a decent team in Novice. But I don't think to the level of WA or OGW or GO or EM. You know, like at the moment there's 4 like contenders and then there's Hyperflex and SBC, and I think Hyperflex could get up there, but they're just so disorganized playing against them. Like our map 3 on Rialto against them last week, they should have taken that first point. We just kept stalling and eventually just held the first point. So until they fix whatever issue is that's making them so disorganized, they're just going to get beaten by these good teams.
All right, and speaking of which, we got Seattle Battle Cattle versus Edinburgh Monarchs. So we have 2 3-0s and 2 3-1s, but all in favor of Edinburgh. So me and Wooly have 3-0s, while Tree and Spongy have 3-1s. And the analysts are predicting Edinburgh to win this pretty much 100%. So, and we got the community, which is predicting Edinburgh to win 77%. So obviously, Seattle Battle Cattle just went through a major change where they lost their main tank, but they did get a new main support and a new off tank to boot. So I'm seeing Rim being moved to main tank for this game, but it's not going to be enough in order for them to get a victory. They're too new. So Tree, go ahead.
Yeah, I think there's the interesting thing with SBC is that they did get a lot of new players recently, right? You're talking Florida, who, in terms of comm, is effectively identical to me, right? He'll make callouts, he'll be confident in what he's doing, and he will bring that same kind of energy. So from a team coordination perspective, I don't think you lose that, but at the same time, he's not quite as aggro, right? He's not going to run into enemy, and he's not going to try to solo carry quite as hard as me was. So maybe through that you can find some sort of individual team style, team spirit, and again, Void's also a nice upgrade on their support line wherever they choose to put him. So they've got some potential there. I don't see them getting that. I really don't like it's. I'm 51-49 in favor of SBC getting a map. I'm not super confident that they'll do it. But at the same time, I think it's more likely that they'll find a way to cheese a win, do something, because from what I've seen from them, if you put in your full try-hard roster for EM and you're just going full cylinders the entire time, then no, SBC's not going to win anything. But there's a possibility that someone like Lanix, Eidolon, or Space Cowboy all pop off, and with the addition of a new off support and a new flex support, that they have a new look roster that can support the DPS that are on SBC.
And Wooly, I want to get your thoughts and opinions about this game. So, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I think Edinburgh will just look too good for SBC. Maybe with the new additions that SBC get them at. Before they were just too disorganized, and maybe there still will be trying to add their new pieces. I think it's definitely a good direction for SBC. I think their support line was the weakest part of them, so hopefully Void can, I think he was pretty good in Pogs, so hopefully he can help out SBC. It's good to have a competitive environment, but I just, coming into this week, it's too hard to add those new pieces in effectively, I think.
And last but certainly not least, let's get Spongy's thoughts and opinions on this game. So, you predict a 3-1 in favor of Edinburgh, so let's hear it.
Well, with the new trades, I think that their player styles will fit more without me being super aggressive, because I think that was their biggest problem. Well, one of their problems was, and I think that with EM and looking how sometimes they can they will choke stuff, or they won't pull out on some maps. I still at SBC, if they play how they did against us, and how their improvement has gotten from going from pursuing Hyperflex to Wisdom, they improved a lot actually. But so I think they could take a map off EM, but I don't see them winning the series.
All right, yeah, that's fair. So, that'll do it for this week's edition of The Countdown. Graves got you covered on the intermediate side, so thank you for watching, and peace out.
What's happening, members of League Zero? I'm your host, Grape King, and welcome back to the Week 3 edition of the Intermediate Countdown. I'm here with a few of my guests. Say your name.
I'm Tyler, the captain and main tank for DC.
I'm Shinx. I play Flex DPS for Capitalism.
I am Red Knight, and apparently forgot my order in the intro, but I'm the main tank, and I guess soft coach for Mob Mentality.
Yeah, guys, we have a lot of guests here. I am going off my word. I did bring a Capitalism player on Countdown, so that's pretty good. It's pretty cool. But we're actually going to go right into things. So the first game of the week we're going to be recapping is the Capitalism versus Obligation game. We do have a person from Capitalism here, Shinx. So Shinx,
Hello.
You were in this game. You did play.
I did play.
Tell me what was the preparation leading up to this game, and how does it feel to actually be the underdog and still come out on top here?
Well, in my eyes, we weren't the underdogs, right? The community rated us low, but we didn't think that we were bad. We came into the game expecting to win, but we knew it was going to be close. I can say that, we've scrimmed them before, so we kind of knew that it wasn't going to be necessarily, the easiest game in the world. But, the biggest problem were just the snipers. So what we did to go in, we just hard practiced meta. We couldn't really find a lot of people who played double sniper in this meta, so we were kind of going in blind and just hoping that our skills with the meta would be able to just overwhelm them, even if they were running their little sniper comp, and it seemed like it worked out.
So I know in general you guys did play that Somber Reaper dive, and then Capitalism Obligation, does tend to play those double sniper comps with Scrobit on the Hansel. So how were you guys able to exploit this double sniper composition?
Well, a lot of it is pathing. Just trying to figure out how to close the distance as short as possible using the least amount of resources, right? Just if we don't give them a shot, they can't pick us off as we go in. There were times where we kind of forgot that and we made some mistakes, but I think throughout the whole series we were able to kind of just remember that we close the distance and then we use our resources to capitalize on mistakes, rather than to just get to the snipers. Gives them too much of a chance to pick our heads.
Definitely. Tyler and Red Knight, from a Spectre perspective, what did you guys see that gave Capitalism the edge in this game?
Obligation plays really bad comps.
I think
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, that's just my opinion.
I think that too, but also I think when Obligation does go on the meta, I was watching a little bit of Baby T stream when he was playing, and they just seem to make really dumb decisions.
Nevin in his tier list this week, I think very accurately placed it. If you watch Baby T stream, their comms are just kind of all over the place. Domination's not a very good leading main tank in the sense of shot calling, and that's not necessarily bad. That's the comm structure I'm used to, so that's kind of where I'm looking. I looked at him. and Baby T to kind of be the shot callers, but that really didn't happen. They kind of all shot call, and it gets very messy. I mean, that's the perception from watching that game. I think
Yeah.
Tyler would agree with me.
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
Yeah.
Especially on Dasan.
Like
Yes,
at a
definitely
certain
on
point
Dasan.
they just got boomed. Like they
Yeah,
just
that
got-
happened too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think it was like I don't remember which map specifically. I would say like maybe the third map.
You
But
can
yeah,
see
they just
it.
didn't know they didn't know what to do.
You could see them be a little frustrated with the second map when they lost the first one, and because they clearly did not expect this game to be hard. That's my
Yeah.
opinion. Like they just clearly were not prepared mentally to
Which
deal
is
with
fine with me.
taking an L. Yeah, sure. Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I was really impressed by Capitalism because I did underestimate them a lot last week, and I did rate Obligation very high because I was confident in the Scrubben Hanzo, and I did challenge Scrubben to play something other than Hanzo, and he did, and what ended up happening, he ended up losing. So,
Yikes.
And I should say really quick about the calm thing, just going back to that. So there were times they tried to switch to the meta, and that's when the comms thing gets really caught out, right? Because the meta comp is very goatsy in that it requires your communication piece to be damn near perfect and your teamwork to work out really well, and they just don't have that. They have a lot of individual big personalities who can pop off. They don't have a lot of synergy.
There's a really good example. Like if you watch the VOD, I think there are 3 or 4 times where I reprolted at the exact same time as Squirrelben and killed 4, including him. The only reason that happened was because their diva was never in position to peel.
Yeah.
They never even considered that their diva was an important character. If I have reproll,
They let Pichu play like a fragger.
yeah, exactly, and it kind of just cost them.
Yeah.
I also feel like I rated Obligation too high because they faced the bench, a team we're going to go on after this, but I feel like Obligation, this is their first real challenge, and they really underestimated. Because I really expected them for this to be a blowout, and I'm really impressed with Capitalism as well. They put up a great performance that I did not expect, but I felt like Obligation did not live up to their standards. I thought they would take this week to perfect their meta instead of being reliant on this double sniper composition. But at the end of the day, when you have to swap to meta and you're not playing up to the standards of the other team, then you're gonna get results like this. You're gonna lose to a map 5, just because you don't have that adaptability.
Yeah, I think individual pieces are there. They just don't recognize the fact that it's not about them, or it's not about each individual on the team. It's about the team, And that's kind of
Yeah.
I think the thing that you'll see about DC, Mob Mentality, and I think MI6 is kind of getting there now too. All 3 of those teams are pretty good about working together.
Do you guys think that Obligation is sort of a gatekeeper team? If you beat them,
Probably
you're
will
finally
be.
in the starting to get into the upper.
At the
They-
moment, I would think so, yeah.
It will depend. I think there's a chance that could be Guangzhou secretly or MI secretly. It just will depend. But I'm thinking based on the evidence I have right now, yeah, Obligation's probably the gatekeepers
Definitely.
from the top 4, I would say.
Okay.
I think that's
I think we can wrap up that team. I think we can move on to the player of the match who did end up going to Rouge, and then the
Oh, my
honorable
boy Rouge.
and the honorable mentions were Rawcraft and Shink. Shinks, of course, is here, so congratulations
Hello.
to you there.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I think these 3 individuals did play really, really well, and there's no surprise. As to
I think it's an absolute crime Rockcrafts did not get player of the match. That's my opinion.
Rockcraft.
Here's why.
I
He's a
think
GM.
Rouge is criminally
know.
underrated.
No, I think Rouge is really good. I think it's fine to get no. But I'm saying the big change for your team is having an off-tank player
Yeah,
that was competent at Diva.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying Rockcrafts this week, man.
Yeah,
He should be your
Rockcraft-
boy.
I mean, I'm new to the league, so I don't know if I'm getting 100% right. But from what I heard, he hadn't been signed 3 seasons in a row or some shit
Yeah,
like
I
that.
haven't
Well, yeah, because his
Pretty
SR is
crazy.
always.
Oh, okay, I can provide backstory. Okay, season 1, no one wanted him first of all. Season 2, he was supposed to be a novice, but he was 11 SR above the limit, putting him in Inter, and then no Inter team wants a low plat player. And this season he finally did it. But a lot of things you guys may not know. You guys think the Rock's Diva is good? You guys should see the Rockcraft's Bastion. All right, this man. Oh my, his Bastion is
Alright,
at another
alright.
level, dog. Okay.
Well, I think that I mean, I don't know. It definitely seemed like everyone was sleeping on him. Especially Obligation. I remember I was watching the VOD. Initially, they were hard talking shit about Rockcross. Yikes.
yeah, man.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, I think Rockcrafts definitely punches above his weight in SR, and I don't know, he's a good example of why SR is not necessarily the biggest indicator of success. So yeah, no, Rockcrafts, in my opinion, should have got player of the match. He played really well.
Yeah.
Alright, fair. Going into the next game of the week, though, we had DC versus the bench. And yet again, DC coming out with a 3-0 win. We do have a player on DC here, Tyler. So Tyler, I want to ask, did you guys really prepare against the bench game considering their weak performance last week? And did you guys actually meet those expectations that the league had for you in this game?
For our preparation for bench, we didn't do too much. We more or less just scrimmed, and we wanted to focus on just overall team play because we knew that we can just, if we wanted to, just out mechanic bench. All of our players can pretty much beat any on their team, I think. But I think we kind of played worse than we usually do, I feel like. But I also think that's because we were so much, we already knew we were going to go in, we're going to get that 3-0. We weren't expecting much of the bench to put on a fight.
My next question is actually, do you feel like the bench improved since last week, or did you just feel like this was just the exact same thing that you noticed from their last week's game?
They just have so much team play problems. It feels like they're playing like a comp match. It's very easy to punish.
Yeah, I was talking to Panera. He was on the show last week. Panera Panini. I remember watching the game, and I think there was only like a few times where they actually got a rotation clean. There were so many times against Obligation where they would just like run, and then they would leave like 3 or 4 people behind. And it was the same in this game as well. Like, they lack the team coordination. They have some really good players. It's just that
C team.
they just like don't have, I don't feel like they don't have communication at all. They misuse their ultimates. I still strongly believe they need a better Sombra player. I'm not impressed by the Sombra player at all. Panera needs a good leader, but if he gets tilted, he brings the team down with himself.
Well, and I think they started Slimall this week, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's kind of rough. I'm not going to lie. Like, I certainly agree the bench has a lot of work to do, and I think it's such a mess right now. I don't even feel comfortable in that, like, making an opinion about whether or not it's, like, the players or if it's just, like, the team. Like, you know what I mean? It just looks so messy. Like, I don't know how to unravel it right now.
And I don't want to take anything away from DC, but I feel like this was more bench king just being bad than DC being good, because
I can agree with that.
Bench king is just a total mess right now, and I'm not trying to be mean, but like I just don't see nothing has improved. Like, it kind of I don't know if you guys were in League Zero this early, but it gives me like Season 1 bot burger vibes. They went 0-8 early on.
Yeah.
And they actually got our footing when they made changes, and there is a signing window this week. It opened up yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
I have deeper vibes than Bot Burgers Season 1. I got myself some Season 2 Rio Redemption vibes right now going.
I mean, they have pieces. I honestly think this.
So did Rio.
Rio. Oh my god.
It just has to. I feel like it has to be a comm issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will help bench gang out. I'll help the bench out by getting the motivation. If you guys win this week, I will buy a Vancouver Titans Mercy skin. All right. If you guys can somehow defy the odds, I will buy a Vancouver.
Who are they playing?
They're
capitalism.
They're facing capitalism. If they can somehow win, I will single-handedly buy a Vancouver Titans Mercy skin and equip it for the rest of the season. But other than that, like, this game was just a mess to watch. It was DC impressed me, but of course DC impressed me last week as well. They have some really good team coordination, really good team comps. Their adaptability isn't there just yet, but I feel like as soon as they keep practicing.
Wait, I have a question for Tyler.
Huh.
Does Kate actually have a diva in the bag or no?
Who knows?
Okay. That's fine. I understand. I just have to ask.
I will say though, they're it's more of they're more of an aim, no brain than anyone else.
I mean, I might agree with you on that, but I don't want to be toxic yet. So
it's fine, but the rest of our team has brains.
Do you guys think that bench could beat any other team? Because they've gone up against DC twice and then Obligation.
If content has 2 players missing, it's possible.
Yeah. Advantage. Okay, we're gonna go into that game later, but Advantage leaves maybe. If they were about the repeat main tank again, maybe.
No. Repeat main tank is fine. I actually think they need 2 players missing.
I'm not trying to mean. I feel like if DC had 5 players, I think they still would have won.
Yikes! All right, we can move on. Let's
stop. So speaking of Caddy, he actually ended up winning player of the match again. Not even an honorable mention. Oh my god. But yeah, congratulations to Caddy again. Your Zarya is pretty dope.
Is it Caddy or Kate?
It's Kate. Oh, it's Kate.
It's Kate.
Kate.
Kate. Yeah. So that
Kate legs though. Oof.
Yeah. No, that was fine.
She rolled.
So going into the next game of the week, we had Content Credence versus Mob Mentality, and this game was a lot closer than I expected. I was under the impression that Content Credence would not have a main tank at all, and they came in with advantage. And then this game ended up being a lot closer than it should have been. It was a 3-2 victory. Red Knight, you were here. Just tell me what was your preparation in this game, and were you surprised that Vantage came in last?
So we actually had to do a lot of work because I'm in the process of moving, so I was out of town the whole week. So I was on a crappy laptop, not being able to play the game and coaching for most of the week. And most of our work was preparing Silent Sword to take the helm, because Silent Sword is a very capable main tank. The issue is, though, is his Winston is not as practiced as his Reinhardt. And like, it was only like a week to prepare. He hadn't been playing much in scrims because I had been playing a lot in scrims. He also like has a different comm style than mine. And like, I mean, when I say that like that matters a lot, like it matters a ton, because like we said, rush comp kind of plays like goats, and if your comm structure changes, it can really affect the flow of the game. So we ended up having to switch up what we were doing pretty hard. But after so if I recall correctly, we won the first map really close. And then the second map we get not rolled, but it was an unfortunate map. We made a lot of mistakes. And we had swapped off of our usual meta composition to a phone on Echo with Quirt on Mercy to pocket him. And that was really bad for Silent, because Silent, likes playing the more carry style Rhine, and so like he would aggress, and like we were out of sync really bad. So we ended up swapping off that, and that ended up being the trick. Ended up winning 2 of the next 3, and that was that. And we actually won Busan pretty convincingly, which made me feel good. So
That's
yeah.
good to hear. That's good to hear. So for Tyler and Shinx, from a Spectre perspective, what do you think went wrong for Connor Credence, and how did Mob Mentality find those mistakes and capitalize on them?
Tyler, you want to go first, or?
Yeah, I felt like they just kind of. It felt like it was like kind of similar to the bench. Sometimes they would just kind of split off, and we would see that they would just let Foden exist and just get a bunch of value out when he probably shouldn't have. And I feel like that just kind of repeatedly happened.
Yep.
I mean, phone on the Echo getting value, that shouldn't be happening, right?
Obviously
Like,
not.
Oh.
Is it not like who's phone?
Down.
Who's
Who,
the
Megalol?
guy?
Who's this phone kid? I don't know. I also should be shouting out, like, I think a lot of players on our team who have been not having to do as much did a lot today, or not today, whenever the game happened. I specifically want to shout out Jula, who got the honorable mention, but I voted for him for playing the match, just because, like, Jula's eats were actually clutch as hell when he played Diva, and that's a huge deal to us. So seeing Jula do that was pretty awesome. So, there's a lot of little things. We needed to play better, but I'm confident. We're scrimming pretty hard now.
What are you guys' thoughts on Connor Credence if they do keep the sign that they had this week? Do you guys see them getting better from here on out, or do you feel like they're just going to stay near the bottom?
No cap, content Credence, if they actually practice and they scrim this team and they don't meme around, like this group could actually be like contending with DC and Mob.
The talent. It's just more or less, can they use it correctly?
Yeah, like there's no question that roster is just like dripping with like people who can play Overwatch at a pretty good level for where we're at. So I'm very convinced that if content just like stops memeing, Vantage doesn't go AFK, like they could be a force.
Definitely.
I just think that they also might not run the meta because of the type of personalities they have, and in that case they might hurt their chances of doing well.
Fair point.
So.
Fair point.
Yeah, it seems like Kiss Shot really tries to rely on the Widowmaker.
Oh, and please bench Steady State. He's not good at the characters you need him to be good at. It's not he's bad, it's just he's not good at the characters he needs to be good at. Sorry.
Okay, fair point, fair point. I think we can move on from that game, but the player of the match was Phone again. We have a lot of returning player of the matches here, and the honorable mention was Julha. He was very good on the Diva, and Phone was really good on the Echo, so congrats to them. Going on to the last game of the week, though, we had another map. There was a lot of map 5s this week. Oh my god. We had Guangzhou Gangsters versus MI6, with MI6 taking the 3-2 victory. We actually don't have anyone from either of these teams, but I just want to get your guys' perspective on this game. Were you guys surprised by the scoreline, or did you feel like MI6 was just a better team in this situation?
I thought MI6 would win by more. I thought they would win 3-1.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a 3-1 as well.
It just seems like whenever I play against Guangzhou or I watch them play, it's like they're missing something. Can't really put my finger on it, but there's something not there. I don't know if it's comms or synergy. I don't know what it could be, but
It's-
it definitely
it's-
feels like they're missing something.
In my opinion, when I watch Guangzhou, I think the big issue is that ATZ just does not look comfortable on the Sombra, and this also puts pressure on other players around him to do other things, and it's just such a big deal. So then on meta, they get a little struck. I know Ian's not very confident on the Diva. I think GZG is one of those cases where like the meta is just not great for them, and they have like decent pieces. Like obviously, if like you could play Widow reliably in this meta, I feel like ATZ would be a lot better. I don't know if he'd be the best, but he'd be serviceable, right? So I feel like that's a really big issue with them right now. And they also have some players that I think are more on the inexperienced side. Some people coming over from Flux Cup, I know that like some of those players, they'd only been on 1 or 2 teams prior to this in other places. So, I think the big thing MI6 proved though is that they can like get their crap together and like, get their teamwork. I think they still have a little ways to go because I don't think GZG was going to beat many of the top teams playing the way they did. But I think MI6 did show that they'd improved, I think.
Definitely. I even Guangzhou Gangsters last week, not last week, pretty much last week when they faced their opponent, like they just they're missing something. Like as Shink said, I don't know if it's like they have a really good manager in Haptic, they have a really good coaching staff. I just don't feel like I feel like the pieces are there. They just have to gel them together better. They've gotten so close to getting wins. It's just that they just seem way too lackluster sometimes.
I mean, they have a win. They beat Content.
Yeah, but like the content credence was down 2 players.
No, that's true.
And I don't think that was an accurate representation of content credence at the time, considering that they put repeat main ticket. No offense, but yeah, I just feel like if Guangzhou Gangster does want to compete with these top teams like DC and Capitalism or stuff like or those teams like that, they're gonna have to get their teamwork together.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of season left to play, and thankfully, top half make it, right? Or more than top half. Is it like top 4 or top 6?
I think it's top 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
then
I think GZG could theoretically make top 6 because you have to remember the bench is there and content. Who knows what will happen with content?
Yeah. I feel like so the season's besides the bench, every team kind of seems like they're a contender. Like even though Guangzhou Gangsters look sloppy right now, they could still make a run if they just fix a few of their problems.
Yeah, there's a lot of time for all the teams to improve.
Yeah, I think the bigger thing is ATZ get coaching, please. Please.
please.
Play Sombra. Hard grind Sombra with your team.
I think we can move on from that game though, and the player of the match was T-Sin, and the honorable mentions were Remy and Drift. Congratulations, guys.
Oh wait, Drift didn't get player of the match. Hello.
Nope, he got honorable mention.
Drift popped off, dude. What? This is biased
wrong.
towards
Actually
frags,
wrong.
dude. This is
Actually wrong.
this is biased towards frags. Oh my god. Drift did so much in that game. This is gross.
Alright, we're going on to the next segment. We're going to go on to the predictions, and the first game of the week is going to be Capitalism versus Bench Gang. All of us agree Capitalism are going to win 3-1, and the analysts and the community also believe that, with the analysts going for a 94% chance Capitalism win. Of course, we have Shinx here on Capitalism. How are you guys going to be? Are you guys even going to be preparing for the bench, or are you guys going to go along with business?
Yeah, we'll be preparing. It's not like we're gonna go a week without scrimming because we think we're gonna beat them. But I mean, I can definitely say that we're not underestimating them, right? I don't think that like I feel like they're. I don't know what could be the problem with their team, but it definitely feels like at some point they can come together. And I mean, just to be honest, I don't want our team to be the first team they beat, right? So, if anything, we're putting like more effort than we usually would into bench, because I just really don't want to lose to them. But like, as for what we're doing, it's just more so like refining ourselves, right? We're focusing more on like how we can improve, like what we can do to like close out these matches better, right? Because there are some maps, for example, there's Obligation that I feel we could have won, but that like we let slip out of our fingers. We're working on like cleaning up that sloppiness.
Fair point. Tyler and Red Knight, why do you guys believe that Capitalism is going to win this?
I think after what Capitalism showed last week, they had showed massive improvements between, the week 1 versus us and week 2.
I think the bench is just a worse version of Obligation in many ways, like in terms of their comms and stuff. Like, because I feel like that has to be the source of like just how bad it looks, right? Like, sure, we can talk about mechanics of individual players and individual mistakes, but like at the end of the day, like it's a teamwork problem, and and it just looks like sloppy. And I think Capitalism, they proved at least that they're capable of working on their communication and teamwork, and that was what looked so much better this week versus against DC in week 1. So.
I also think that I don't know how to phrase this necessarily, but it's just very what are bench supposed to do for practice exactly here? Like when I try to think about it from their point of view, do they practice meta? Like
Yeah, they do.
I mean, obviously I'm on cap, but I don't think they'll beat us at meta. But then are they gonna run something off meta? Their only hope is that they take us completely by surprise. But
I mean,
what could they run?
So I mean, to be honest, if I'm gonna put my coaching hat on for a second.
Oh.
If I was coaching the bench, there'd be 2 paths, right? And those paths would be grind the meta and just accept that we might lose anyway, right? And when I say grind the meta, I mean you would also have to be doing some pro bod review too. You can't just go off of our games because we all kind of suck at it if we're honest.
True.
And turn bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, anyone below GM bad, right?
Exactly.
So, then the other piece that you could consider is Cap, no offense, or Shinx, no offense, but you guys kind of are at I would call it level 1 meta, where I think Afara can still kind of F you guys up if you're not careful. So they could go that route, right? So I think there's a couple different places they can go with it. They just if it's me, I think the better investment's the hard meta. You just take the L.
Winning versus us isn't gonna matter in the long run if you don't get into playoffs.
Exactly, right? So now you need to be investing in the future. I think a lot of teams get too lost in these short-term battles when it's a full season, guys. We have to go in every week looking to get better. Otherwise, we're just sure, we might trade getting better for a win in the short term, but long term we're just hurting ourselves. So that's my take.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you guys there. I just feel like Kaplan is the better team. But going on to the next game of the week, we have Double Cap versus Guangzhou Gangsters. All of us think it's going to be 3-0. Analysts predict it to be 100% chance DC will win, and the community thinks 87% chance. Tyler, you are going to be in this game. Do you feel like there's going to be a lot of pressure on you guys to not drop a map this season? Because a lot of teams do have that expectations for you guys to have that golden season. So what is your preparation going to the game, and how are you guys going to stay up with those expectations?
My preparation has been pretty much the same. We're just, refining, some of our mistakes that we make. But we also have other things in the back of our pockets, if we need to pull out. We're, as much as people want to call us a one-trick team, we do have other plans in case we need it.
Do you feel like there's a lot of pressure considering that you guys haven't lost a map yet?
Sure, but I don't think we feel it. It's definitely there. Especially since you look at Smilers, we didn't drop a map. So far in the season, we haven't dropped a map.
Alright, fair point.
Well, I voted for DC, but to be devil's advocate for Guangzhou, it's 100% possible. I mean, I don't want to be mean to DC, but the Zarya comp can only work for so long, right? Before it gets figured out.
Bro,
that's what you
wait,
think.
can I talk about that real quick? Sorry,
yeah, go ahead.
Because, bro. I think Navino said it week 1. Somebody hold the freaking W key, please, against Tyler and company.
I will gladly admit, our bubbles are terrible. I get a crumb of our resources to try to survive here. It's we're all in these.
Dude, it's not even your usage, right? It's it's the part where Zarya as a character against the meta should just die.
Well, yeah, but I think when you have if you play well enough as a team, especially down in this elo, you can get away with it. But I think we are using bubbles too early. I will admit that.
Yeah. I mean that's true too. But...
we basically do not have bubbles for any engages.
And I'll just level. I think Guangzhou's coaching, particularly on macro, is good enough to recognize and emphasize that point. So there's a chance that this is not a 3-0 and it's a 3-1, 3-2 situation.
I mean, from the way I see it, the path to victory for Guangzhou is to just beat them at Zarya, because again, not to say
that's a trap.
but it's so unlikely to me that any of other DC's comps could be close to the level of skill that they have on Zarya.
No, I know. I'm gonna be honest. I have not been impressed.
If you beat them at Zarya, the odds are that their level of play is gonna go down. and
No,
you have a better
I-
chance at winning.
we agree on that. I'm just saying that the trap is going to Zarya to mirror because that's just what DC wants, right?
Oh
'Cause
yeah, no,
they'll
I'm not
win.
saying that
We
it's
love that
fair. I don't
mirror.
think it's fair.
Yeah,
Sorry,
like
I don't
I'm
think
sorry,
you should
I've watched
mirror.
the film. Like if you mirror them, you're just gonna get F.
Yeah, I mean, I never said mirror. I just
Oh,
think they have
okay.
to beat them when they
Oh,
play
okay.
Zarya. Is what I
Oh,
meant
okay.
to
I thought
say.
you made it sound like you need to switch to Zarya and then.
No,
like,
no, no, no,
beat
no.
them with
As long
Zarya.
as
I'm
you
like,
can
no,
figure
no,
out
no,
a
no.
way to shut down their Zarya, which is actually pretty easy. Like, I don't think we would lose again. Like, but and once you figure that out, like their level of play is objectively going to go down. There's no way they're as good. So
I mean, I would agree with that. Like, even if they are still probably a top team on another comp, like it's probably still not the level of their Reinzar weird hacky comp.
yep. And here's the thing: if you think about it, one team only has to do it one time because the moment that you throw them off their footing and they play another comp,
Week 4.
every other team can
Week
figure
4.
out what they're going to run.
Week 4.
Incoming.
Sure,
Week
yeah.
4.
We're all-
Yeah.
we're
I
all,
think
you
in
know,
general
very
we can
excited.
all agree that DC will probably win this game.
They
Yeah,
probably
probably.
win
No,
this
100%.
game, but it could be that Guangzhou does enough versus them that like other
And-
teams can start to figure them out.
I think if it comes down, if
That could- that
Guangzhou
should be
pulls,
the goal
if
for their
pulls
team.
something out, like kind of more of the random comps, maybe they can throw us off. Likelihood
Yeah.
that we're not ready for it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Guangzhou just has to think of it as like I don't know, like attacking some guy with armor and you're looking for that one chink. Once you find the one chink, that's it, you're good. You've wounded him enough that like we can kind of figure out how to take him down.
All right, I think we can move away from that game and we go into the next one, which could be Obligation versus Mob Mentality. We all think of Mob Mentality will win. Some people think it's going to be closer than others. Shinx has a 3-1 for Mob Mentality, and me and Tyler have a 3-2 for Mob Mentality. Right now, you are going to be in this game. How are you guys preparing for Obligation? And what are you guys planning on doing against them?
Well, I mean, Mob, if you haven't noticed, has been pretty consistent about what we play, particularly if I'm on the server. So we have other stuff for other maps, but I don't feel at liberty to like really reveal that information. In terms of like how we're preparing for Obligation, like directly. Sorry, can you guys still hear me? My computer's still.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so it's how we're in terms of how we're preparing for them directly. It's like if you watch film on Obligation, they do play a lot of very spread out, like a lot of spread out positioning for their double sniper. They pull out Hog a lot. They pull out Sigma a lot. Like, and then they're on Rhine Zarya a lot like Double Cap is the other percentage of the time. They very rarely run meta. So, like, I mean, I just shouldn't have to explain it, right? Like, the rush comp should just isolate one of those targets and kill them and move on, and then we have an advantage and we just kind of snowball. So,
You could just sniper difference them too.
I mean, we could, but that's like, see,
Really?
like, what's
You
the,
should-
what's the
I
expression?
want to see that.
No,
That would
no,
be
but what?
fucking
That'd be a good match.
Yeah, like if Mob wants to lose 2 maps, like nah, like I'm gonna be personally very disappointed if we drop a map to
Damn.
Obligation. Like,
Dang.
it's gonna be below the
You're like,
standard
"Yo,
that
these
we're
guys can't hit shots.
it would be below the standard we're scrimming at right now to drop, like, particularly if Obligation stays playing like their weird other comps. And I mean, anyone who watched Baby T stream, like, you heard it, they all resent the meta, so they aren't really motivated to learn it and give it the respect it deserves. Which is like, dude, I'm a competitor. I really don't care what's meta. Like, I want to win. So me and my team
Yeah,
are gonna
I feel the same way.
play. Yeah, like me and my team are gonna play what works, and if that's the meta, and we know how to coach it and play it correctly, like we're
And
gonna play
it
it.
also definitely seems like Obligation, like, I mean, like, yeah, the rush meta should just destroy them. Like, every time they played against it, like, I mean, you heard it in the comms, freaking, Reaper behind, Sombra behind.
Oh,
like,
well,
they didn't know how to deal with it. They had no idea how to deal
See,
with
but
the
that's you
flank.
guys playing it wrong. I meant to call you out for that earlier. Like, Shinx,
Yeah.
stop flanking, please, please.
I mean, I mean, why?
It worked. It worked.
Like, it
But,
works, but it's punishable.
and it will be punished by better teams going forward.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely
Alright.
possible.
I mean, that's what happened week 1. You got punished for flanking a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to attribute the loss to that, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And no, I'm not saying it's the only thing, Shinx. I'm not trying to say like you're bad. It's just like a decision. Teeson did the same thing to us on week 1, and we punished it really hard. So,
Yeah.
So I'm just that's why I'm saying it. It's fine.
Mhm.
So yeah, like I said, I'd be disappointed in my team and myself if we dropped a map to Obligation on Friday.
Fair point. I am challenging. I actually already challenged Squirrelman. No, I'm gonna give him a pass this week. But yeah, I really just, I honestly think Mob Mentality is better. I'm not biased or anything like this, but they have been working really hard behind the scenes. The team is full of a bunch of hardworking individuals, so I do think they're gonna win. I think there actually is probably a high chance it might be a 3-0 with this amount of confidence coming out of Red here. But I am going to say it's going to be a 3-2 considering if Obligation does pick maps that do favor the double sniper, I feel like Mob Mentality might get overwhelmed by that, especially if they pick a really open map.
Pathing diff.
I think I just want to see a little bit more from Mob Mentality, just to make sure I know they're like the next up team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
being there with DC.
yeah, Red here is, man, I'm excited.
Very
to see them
confident.
play
I'm
now.
very excited now.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's-
didn't get
I
this
mean,
confidence.
you're claiming.
Like you got to keep in mind, right? Like that's like the number one thing that like I think differentiates our team from other people is that it's like a lot. Like I don't have ego in myself; I have it in my team, right?
Oh, a confidence stiff. Of
Yeah,
course.
no,
Yeah.
with the people I have to work with, right? Like, Phone's crazy, True is crazy, Quird is the most crazy main support that nobody talks about, like, from the draft. Quird is actually nuts. Who else am I going to talk about? Jula is literally having to learn Diva, and he's doing so well, and up to this week, he'd only been able to scrim once a week with us because of his work schedule. And he's still popping off and doing what he has to do. I have no doubt that we're going to be good for this game. So that's all I got.
All right, going on to the last game of the week, we have Content Credence versus MI6. We all think actually a bit of a split here. So me and Tyler and Red Knight have a 3-2 or 3-1 victory for Content Credence, while Shinx is going for a 3-1 win for MI6. Shinx, I want to ask you, why do you think MI6 is going to win?
Okay, well, this is more of a, like, I personally haven't watched all of Content Credence's games, so I'm just going off of like what I see in scrims pretty much. But like, it's very hard for me to like imagine a world where MI6 doesn't improve from their loss, or sorry, from their victory over Guangzhou. Like they don't learn from that and get better, and then dominate Content. Like, I just don't. It's very hard for me to see them like either beating them at meta, or like countering them in some other way.
Fair point, fair point. The reason I think I have Content Credence winning if Vantage is there.
Yeah, that's like the asterisk.
If
right?
Vantage is not there, this is a 3-0 game over. Repeat main tank is not good enough to deal with anything. It's done for. All right.
Just the fact that they rely so much on this one guy just goes to show like that should be why like we predict them otherwise, right? Like, what if MI6 just realizes, well, they rely so much?
No.
I
I want to be clear. I think it's a team thing with Vantage because like the reality is that if you don't have a main tank player, like where you can play is so limited. It's not like Vantage doesn't need to go be crazy. I think Vantage threw more than he carried because he tried to be too aggressive in our game.
But he did more than the repeat main tank. That's the thing.
But Repeat never got scrim time. You know what I'm saying? Like Repeat was put in an impossible. Yeah, Repeat was put in an impossible situation. Leave Repeat alone.
I have so much hope in CC. I'm just really hoping they can pull it through here eventually. Like I love the DPS on MI6. They're stacked.
Yeah.
It's whether or not the rest of the team
get
T-Sen Gosu.
I know. I think T-Sun's better than Kishshot at Reaper, but
that is true. I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I feel like I think this could be the closest game of the week if you ask me. I feel like
It's the hardest to predict.
Without a doubt.
It's the hardest to predict.
Oh,
If Vantage isn't there, then it's not the closest.
Okay,
game.
then maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. But I feel like we can all expect it because right now the community and the analysts both think it's going to be around a 50% chance for either team, which is really close, down to the wire. So this definitely going to be a game you want to watch this week.
yeah.
But I think we can wrap that up if anyone has any other final statements.
I look forward to week 4 as well.
Week 4 gonna be lit.
Well, yeah. Wait, I just want to confirm who's making that like looming threat for week 4. Was that
Oh,
Tyler?
that was me.
right.
No.
was
We're kind
right.
of going back and forth. That's me and Tyler. What are you
All
talking
right.
about?
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be Clash of the Undefeateds.
DC's gonna be ready.
Yeah, no, mob's about it, bro.
Imagine DC loses.
I mean, it's possible. Like I said,
That would be wild, bro.
Tyler, I'm just gonna say now because you said you guys were gonna win. Everyone's gonna clip it if you lose, so you guys have to really win this. I faced the hard way, bro. When Capitalism won, like 3 people clipped me saying get the Torb skin. I had to buy it, man.
Unlucky.
Yeah. But I think we can
Be like
wrap it
that.
up there, guys. Thank you guys all
Yeah.
for watching this week's edition of the Intermediate Countdown. If you guys did enjoy it, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. See ya.
Hey everybody, welcome back to our third episode of Countdown. I'm your host RMM. Today I'm with Akimbo, Milky, and AJD. We've had a lot of good games this most recent week, and we're here to talk about them today. So obviously, Milky is the manager of Overcharged. Kimbo is a player on Hangzhou Bark, and HAD is a player on Vertigo.
Crazy.
So we'll start off with our first match, which was Tokyo Drifters against Overcharged. Tokyo Drifters won 3-1. The player of the match was Asajun, with the honorable mentions being Peep and Platinum Bow. Obviously, this game, even though it was a 3-1 score, in my opinion, it was a lot closer than it looked. I don't really remember that much from the game, but Milky, you can go ahead and talk about that since I was kind of half paying attention when I was there.
So, our game against Tokyo Drifters, I would say it's a good win. Or not good win, good loss. I just woke up from a nap. So, good loss. Because I think overall it kind of showed what mistakes we make overall, and how to improve on them in this upcoming week. I think the series could have gone either way from I think it was watch points and Anubis. Obviously Anubis was like 20 rounds, or
Yeah.
it was 2020, but Anubis was wild. So I think it was honestly one of the closest 3-1s I've seen in a hot minute. So
Yeah, that Anubis was definitely an ass clencher for me, even
Yeah.
on the bench.
What I am gonna assume with Overcharged and Milky, you don't have to leak it or whatever, but I'm assuming that it's synergy issues with the team, because there's no way that you have that fucking lineup and you're appearing so weak. I hate being mean, especially in front of the manager of the team.
wow.
But I feel like it has to be some kind of internal issue or something.
Yeah,
synergy.
all our players are constantly angry at each other. Seb is screaming at people,
Makes
I
sense,
can't
makes
believe
sense.
everybody's toxic.
Sounds like another team I know.
Oh.
No, but seriously, it's we have some issues. Not anything big. I'd say it's mostly gameplay, not necessarily. I think we have some issues with comms. That's the big part, honestly. I think the synergy comes with the comms being a slight issue. So, I and the rest of the coaching staff, we now know kind of how to tackle that in the upcoming week. So that's why I think we're gonna power up against Splatchat, honestly.
Yeah, it's me being a tank player, right? I noticed especially in the tanks, Romy and Zakatar are two great players.
Oh, they're both cracked.
Yeah, no, they're both nuts, but they are very much separated. So I feel like with time, you guys could be very scary, honestly, if you guys just fix and iron out those synergy issues.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I am comfortably mid tier right now. We just gotta power up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like Overcharged has. I guess I want to make a season 2 comparison. I think they could be the Yoink of this season. They basically start off mid-tier, kind of weak looking, and then due to them keeping mainly the same roster the whole season, they suddenly get a super good winning streak going and just seem dominant going into playoffs. I could definitely see that happen, especially with the talent on the roster. Obviously, Luxy and Zakatar, as Akimbo said, is very phenomenal players. If they build that synergy, that could obviously work.
Nice.
Alrighty.
There you go.
Yeah, HAD, do you have anything to say about that match?
I know at the beginning of the season, a lot of people were hyping up Overcharge. I think so far they've just kind of had a rough start. Obviously, when we played them, it was super close, and every time we've scrimmed them, it's been really even. Against Tokyo, not really sure what happened. I haven't really had a chance to fully watch the game yet, but it just seems at points like Overcharge is just kind of discoordinated. They're uncoordinated. They don't exactly seem to be working together as a full team.
One thing I do want to say is that we're saying it's all about Overcharged underperforming. I don't think it's all that. I think Tokyo played very well this series. I think Tokyo has a lot of really slept on players, especially that tank line of Apple and Average. They're really good, honestly. and that's me saying it, who's egotistical and doesn't like to say that people are good in my role. So I don't know. I think that Tokyo might be the best team in the league right now, just because overall throughout their entire roster, it's all good players. They don't really have a weak spot in my eyes.
Yeah. I can't really be biased here, but I agree. Yeah, let's agree on that. Okay.
Imagine sucking up.
So our next game is Epizeuxis against Vertigo. Epizeuxis won 3-1. The player of the match was Cam, with the honorable mention being Blossom. I will pull out my sticky note of notes I wrote at 5 in the morning before recording this. Let me find my Vertigo. Okay, here it is. Okay, so when I remember this now, watching the VOD, Vertigo kept it close. It reminded me a lot of the overcharged Tokyo game. It was a very, very close series, closer than the score indicates. The only map I really saw that wasn't that close was the Lijiang Garden, and like the one of the what was it, space station or whatever, the inside one was almost like 99-99. So, you know, I thought Vertigo played really well.
Yeah, I think as far as that game goes, and a lot of people give Vertigo shit because we run different comps, but hey, some of our comps work. We're able to not only hang with Shadow Dive comps, but at times we're able to win against Shadow Dive comps. I mean, heck, ask Milky what our Rhino Rissa did to him and his team for a little bit.
I mean, okay, the Rhinorissa thing, I don't see why people are giving you guys so much shit about it. Because honestly, why don't you want it? Like, it may not be meta, but why are you wanting to see the same comps for every game? Like, it's at least entertaining.
Like goats.
Like, yeah, it's you got some variety in there, and I don't think it's a super terrible comp as some people are saying it. Like, it's still somewhat viable. Like, the Orisa is questionable, but
What I will say
like,
is that
you
a
make it
good
work.
Shadow Dive will always beat that comp. And that's
Yeah.
the thing, is that if a team just becomes coordinated, or if a team already is coordinated, or their team gets like coaching in the middle of it to figure out how they get through it, there's basically nothing that you can do. And that's why I'm kind of worried about, over time, the longevity of the comp.
Yeah, well, that's why we have been working on our Shadow Dive. But right now, we know we can get away with some of these different comps because it's early in the season. These teams are not that coordinated yet, so we can get away with a lot more than we could late season.
Yeah. I remember, especially with Overcharge versus Vertigo, there were a lot of adaptions mid-match against it, which made it a bit less effective. I'm just thinking Kings. So that's kind of to build off what Kimbo was saying there. That even though you can snipe a lot of these less coordinated teams early, you still kind of got to be a little bit worried about the comp. It's a bit more risky than the safer meta comp right now.
I mean, hey, some of the best metas were risky picks. Look at Goats. That was a joke when it first came out, and then it dominated for 18 months.
Yeah.
All right, don't think that Rhinorith is the next Ghost, man. You're a little ahead of yourself right now.
Hey, one can hope.
Yeah,
Hey,
honestly,
maybe
I'm definitely not hoping to play Orisa for my next few years. So
Hey, Maintain spent most of 2020 in Orisa jail, so
okay, well,
You get to spend
if
time
that,
with
if that
Goku.
keeps up, I'm going back to Lucio, and I'm sure no one wants that. So
I wouldn't want that.
I'm fine with how the meta is currently. Let's move on.
Yeah,
Unless something-
well, I will say this about Vertigo, is I respect the hell out of them for doing off-meta stuff, and it works. In my opinion, it's a really, really actually pretty smart gimmick. It's basically, oh, this team is going to run Shadow Dive, we better run Shadow Dive. They pull out the Rhinorissa and get you by surprise, and you have to change your playstyle against it to not get absolutely rolled over. And
Yeah, it's a scrub check.
yeah, it's a very good, I guess, comp to check to see how teams adapt to non-meta comps. Another team we'll talk about later actually did that in their game, which I'm very excited to talk about, but we'll cover that later. Our next game was Platchat against Kingdom Come. Platchat won this 3-1. The player of the match was Tanic B, and the honorable mention was Ryanos, or Victor, or Sport.
Oh, Victor.
Yeah, Victor. Okay, I will say this about Platchat. Last week I did have them losing. I am very, very pleasantly surprised that they managed to pull out this victory. I was, let me pull out my note again. I will say this, Gil and Chrome Zephyr played absolutely phenomenal. Gil, he absolutely just made tank difference the whole game. I think,
Dude, let's
in my
impressive.
opinion, he's my unofficial player of the match. I think he played the best out of any Plat Chat player, but obviously,
Gil, former OC player, gamer.
yeah, obviously, Tanikby did extremely well. So did Ryanos. I will say, I think everyone was surprised by this game. Most people who thought Plat Chat would win, most people thought it would have been in 5 maps. But obviously, they pulled out the 3-1 victory. Kingdom Come, in my opinion, looks very, very weak now. I'm just like, I'm not really sure how you, I guess, look so uncoordinated with the roster of players that have probably been playing with each other for a good amount of time, actually. I'm pretty sure Ant and Pixel Master have been on a team before. Copy Dog obviously has played with Shatter, and you know, it's kind of a head scratcher.
Yeah, the only player that is on the Kingdom Come starting roster that hasn't played with one of these players like recently is Raging Cool. Cheddar, Ant, and Pixel were all on Tempest and Horizon League. Ant and Pixel alone were on Bench Gang and Toker. There's Vitalized players. There's a lot of synergy.
Doggers.
And the weird lack of coordination is just odd. I feel like Ant is a great in-game leader, but at the same time, from what I remember in Toker, the Platinum Bow, who was our main support, he did a lot of the comms as well, and I cannot really think of anyone else on Kingdom Come that is vocal enough to either reach the Platinum Bow's level or even like come close to it. So that puts a lot of pressure on Ant, and I love Ant. He's a great player, but I don't think he can really hold up to that and be like the only shot caller on the team. I feel like this is a very vocal type of issue. They need to get something done, like Giz needs to work on his shot calling or something. I feel like it's an issue with that. Just because I know a lot of these players very well, because I've been like on previous teams with them, there's no reason why they should be underperforming this much.
Let's see. I also kind of want to talk about Plat Chat here, because a lot of people expected them to power up this week once they get their some of their suspensions lifted. I think it's Nope 3 and Nova getting unsuspended this week. If that's right, somebody can fact check me.
Nope still has the suspended roles, so doesn't look like he'll be unsuspended this week.
Crazy.
I mean,
I think he's out for like half the season. I think he's out for
Okay,
like
Yeah, but they have Nova, who is their starting off tank, and the fact that Plat Chat looked this good without that is very scary.
That's kind of
Nico's
scary.
looked very solid, I will say that.
Nicho's wasn't bad, yeah.
So, something to watch out for Plat Chat, especially if they're putting up like solid victories like this. Next week, whoever is facing them, it's going to be kind of scary. That's a setup for later.
Okay.
Yeah, Milky, you might want to look down a little bit at the sheep.
Yeah, I wonder who's... Oh, wait, it's us.
Yeah, but AJD, do you have anything to say about that?
Honestly, at the beginning of the season, I thought Kingdom Come would actually be really good, and I thought Plat Chat would honestly be one of the bottom tier teams towards the beginning. And then we scrimmed against Kingdom Come the very first week of the season. I was not very impressed with them, but I also hadn't really been impressed with Plat Chat up until this week.
Yeah, I mean, Plat Chat
Yeah, I feel
obviously lost their first 2 games, I believe.
Well, we've only had 2 games.
Oh shit! Wait, we've only had 2. I thought we. Okay, I
We
should
had
be.
2
I
games in
should. I should
spoilers.
be the all knowledgeable one here, but obviously not. They did lose their first game, but obviously this is a good win for them. It puts them on the map.
Yeah, I feel like Plat Chat has potential to be a top tier team if this starting lineup works out.
Yeah. I will say this about Kingdom Come. From watching the VOD, they just seem, as I said, uncoordinated. They were actually over ulting a lot. I saw a lot of fights where they used 3, 4, maybe even 5 ults. It's very, very, very sloppy for basically. I hate to bring out this term, but basically a pre-made team. But our next game, our final one from last week, is Powerhouse against Hangzhou Bark. Hangzhou Bark won 3-1. Aspect was the player of the match, with the honorable mentions being Chuggy J and Painless. Okay, let me say this. I want to just get this in about Powerhouse. I loved the Bastion comp. That was funny as fuck to me, and it worked really, really well. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it.
Dude, they straight rolled us on King's Row. I can't lie. But what I will say is we voted Aspect for the meme. Completely. Like, literally all of us did, or almost all of us did. I would have voted for this guy, Doe. People are underrating him so much in this league. Even on Li Zhong, when I was in and he had to play fucking main tank, he was still popping off, and we literally won on the Brawl map. He outrhined King Genius himself. I think this guy Doe is so slept on. I think he deserves at least an honorable mention. Probably if we didn't all vote for Aspect, he would have gotten an honorable mention, then Chuggy would have got player of the match, but I don't know. People are sleeping on this.
I definitely agree with that. I will say this. I forgot to mention this about Powerhouse. I thought Lore was very, very good. He had a very good Widow play.
Jason and Lore couldn't do more, at all.
Jason and Lore, I underrated them. I think they're really, really good now. I think they're a very, very solid DPS line. You just need to surround those pieces with better tanks and supports.
I've been saying this since the start of the season. I think the DPS line on this team has potential to be at least compete with the best in the league. It's just that the fact is that the rest of the team is weak. Their tank line needs work in a lot of ways, specifically off tank. But you didn't hear it from me. And their support line just isn't flexible at all. I don't know. It's very disappointing, and I feel very bad for Jason and Lore.
Yeah, they have a lot of good people, in my opinion, but a lot of good people on one specific role. Like, I think King Genius, at least from what I've heard in this team, is a really good thing. Like, he's a good in-game leader, which, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think the strengths are mostly in the non-flexible nature of their supports and off-tank.
Yeah. Powerhouse is pretty much going to be as their DPS line goes, they go.
Yeah.
And I've heard some bad things about something like that, so...
I haven't really talked about Hangzhou. I will say the one thing I really noticed about Hangzhou is that if Chuggy J, in my opinion, if he doesn't play well in a match, which probably will never happen, but if he doesn't play well, I don't think they have enough to win, because Chuggy J deadlifts a lot of fights.
We have this guy Doe, and you're telling me that? I'm kidding.
Yes.
Yeah, Chuggy J is very fucking important.
I think everyone on Hangzhou is pretty talented, but Chuggy J elevates them to another level. I think he just kind of covers the weaknesses in the team.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Chuggy J is probably our best player, but I do feel like, obviously, losing him would probably be terrible for us. But I don't think that he hard carries. I think that everybody, for the most part, pulls their weight. Chuggy just fucking adds to it. He's basically like a bonus. It's like getting an 105 on like a school test or something. I don't feel like Chuggy J like hard carries us. He just does a hell of a lot.
Yeah. As far as Hangzhou goes, and this is kind of hard for me to admit, I really have not seen any weakness in their lineup, and that's actually freaking horrifying. Like, remember when everyone thought that Painless was a reach of a draft pick? People thought, oh, he's not that good, he's not that good. Well, Painless is pretty freaking good.
Painless, he's not like incredible, and that's me saying it. He's not incredible, but he's consistent. And he's vocal, and I feel like that's what you need out of a main
Yeah,
support.
I shit on Painless a lot. I know a lot of people have probably heard me talk shit about Painless. I think he's a great guy. I like Painless. He's a nice dude. I think he's a pretty good Lucio. His comms are extremely good. He just kind of feeds sometimes. If he fixes that, in my opinion, I know a lot of Hangzhou coaches and even the manager has said that he's probably one of the better main supports. I think if he just kind of stops feeding sometimes, he could probably be the best main support in the division.
Yeah, and something else to point out is that I feel like we have a shit ton of depth too.
Yes.
Like, hey, a signal meta ever comes out, I'm here. I'm here, alright?
The
I'll
signal
pull out the one
DP.
trick. I think Aspect adds a lot of flexibility to the DPS line. I think he blows, but he's still slept on. He's our Lijiang specialist for now, but if some weird thing happens and for some reason, like, Acid has to go for a week or he leaves the team or something, I feel like Aspect can still fill in those shoes decently well. And, like, his flexibility is definitely not something to, like, scoff at. Support-wise, we have two very good flex supports, two like very slept-on flex supports, and then we have Nock, who's I guess a good mercy. Yeah, he'll hate me saying that, but yeah, I feel like we have a lot of depth to our roster, so I feel like we're kind of meta-proof as well, which I think it's going to be good for the future of the team.
I hope the weirdest meta comes out, and then you can still
It'll be fun.
say that.
I mean, yeah, we probably can.
Watch, we're getting ready for soldier meta.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Have you seen Acid lock fucking legs, my guy?
What's the Akimbo hog looking like?
Oh, it's incredible.
Incredible. Alrighty. So under our predictions for this week, the first game is Tokyo Drifters against Vertigo. Obviously, me and AJD can't really predict it since we're both players on one of those teams, but Akimbo and Milky both predicted a 3-0 going to Tokyo Drifters. The analysts predict 100% to Tokyo, and the community predicts 84% to Tokyo. I will say this: I hope we don't lose because it'll make everyone it'll make the predictions look bad. I don't want that to happen.
Okay.
AJD, I'm sorry, but Tokyo is just too fucking good. Simply, I think Tokyo along with Hangzhou, they're definitely the top two teams right now. Like, it's gonna be so difficult for you guys to beat them, I feel like. So if
It's
you do,
difficult, but not impossible.
Lot
Anybody
of-
can beat
I'm not
anybody.
saying it's impossible, but I'm saying if you do it, I'll be at your knees. I'll be bowing down. It's gonna be a miracle. That's all I'm gonna say.
Somebody take note of that. Somebody clip that.
Yeah, we've got some secret stuff planned this week specifically for Tokyo. So
Monka.
So
no leaks,
a
but
lot of my prediction here is I didn't want to be a 3-1 Andy for like the entire week, because honestly I could see Vertigo taking a map off here. I think after I played or my team has played both of them, and I do think Tokyo is the better team, but I'm excited to see. Or did I say Vertigo or Tokyo? I meant Tokyo is the better team.
you did say Tokyo, I think.
Okay, whatever. So I think Tokyo is the better team here. I think Vertigo does have a chance though. If they grind this week and put up a good showing, I can see this being somewhat even because I think Vertigo has the potential.
Yeah, I will say this. I don't think Vertigo is the worst team in the league. I know a lot of people think they are. I think
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think there is really consensus worst team. There are a lot of not so excellent teams, but there aren't many atrocious ones, at least from what we've seen so far.
Listen, like, in my opinion, it's very hard to judge the worst team in this division because there really is no stable one. Like, there are a lot of teams I consider bottom. Like, I don't want to call out names, but like Vertigo, kind of like Powerhouse. Let me pull my sheet.
Overcharged. Well,
No, not. I know I'm biased, but no. Maybe Kingdom's on there right now. I don't know. I underrate Kingdom a lot. But like I would say like none of those are like bad teams, which it just sucks to put them down there.
Yeah, honestly, I think every team in the division is really close. Like, I really think that anybody in the league can beat anybody if they have a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like, that's wild.
Yeah, we
I'm happy.
obviously
There's
didn't see
there's
this
no
last season.
DKE. There's no functional. There's nothing like that in this division, and it makes every game actually fun.
Yeah. So our next game is Epizeuxis against Powerhouse. I have Epizeuxis winning this 3-0. Akimbo, you have it as a 3-1. Milky, a 3-1, and HAD 3-0. The analysts.
I believe.
Hey, you let me finish. 78% of our analysts predict Epizeuxis winning, and 66% of the community predict Epizeuxis winning. I will say this. I think Epizeuxis is good. That's all I gotta say. I don't think Powerhouse can really compete. Epizeuxis, in my opinion, is the second best team behind Tokyo Drifters. Obviously, I'm biased, but they're good.
I believe in Jason and Lore to carry their way to a map victory. I pray to the lords of Jason and Lore. They can do it. I believe in them. Probably not, but I still hope because Jason's cool.
I want to see.
Yeah,
the Bastion
I
again.
don't really know what else to say other than Epizeuxis is just the better team.
I think
In every way, probably other than DPS.
Yeah, I think Epizeuxis is probably top 2 right now. Like my top 2 are Hangzhou and Epi. So like, I think they're gonna be doing pretty good in this game. Even though I like a lot of the pieces Powerhouse has.
Well, part of it is like Epi has looked good the first 2 weeks. They weren't even at full strength.
That's true.
So
Is
this
this
week,
unbanned?
Yes, I believe so.
Dude, what do you mean? That's worse.
Oh yeah, Sermi is
you would
a
start
Alright,
four over
PH is
Sermi?
3-0ing. Sermi's in? Are you kidding me? PH is
Sermi
3-0.
is a feeder, certified.
I mean,
He
I'm not
can't
going
even
to
play
argue
Diva.
with that, but
He can't even play Diva. I beat him once in a comp game. He blows.
well, then maybe they'll leave 4 in just for Diva.
Four is
They
obviously
fucking
still
better,
really,
Dude,
really good.
his name is literally a
Forrest
number.
Rogan.
Like how?
Yeah,
he's
how
so
do
good.
you beat that?
Number
How do you
man.
beat
Number man.
that? But our next game is Overcharge versus Powerhouse. In my opinion, this will
That's
probably
not Powerhouse.
be. Oh,
No.
did I say Powerhouse? I meant
It's
Flat
not-
Chat. My bad. Okay. Acri, edit that one out. Okay, but obviously this one is my probably the more interesting match of the week. Obviously, Overcharge has kind of been underperforming expectations, and Platchat in the most recent game overperformed expectations. So I'm very interested to see how this one will work. I forgot to do what the predictions were. I said it'll be a 3-2 to Overcharge. Akimbo said it'll be a 1-3 to Platchat. AJD said it'll be 2-3 to Platchat. 59% of our analysts said it'll be Platchat winning, and 56% of the community says it'll be to Platchat. So obviously, I am in the minority for rooting for Overcharge, or well, not really rooting, thinking they'll win. But I think it'll be a very close game.
Okay, first of all, the main thing I got from that is, can we just like yell at Acri to edit stuff out? So like, hey Acri, edit this out, and like just that'd be good. Make him do some extra work.
Acri, do more work for me.
But honestly, if I had to choose like a key match, and I know I'm biased, but like this is gonna be a pretty important week for both these teams. It's gonna be how Overcharge can handle this loss and see if they can actually improve from it, or rather just stagnate to one of like the bottom teams, or if Platchat can keep this momentum with their suspensions and see how they perform after that. Because Power Chat, I just combined 2 team names. No, Power Chat. Platchat. Coming off their suspensions, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do.
Okay. This is make or break here for Overcharged. Milky, if y'all lose this, I don't know, because it just shows a series of underperformance. And that is worrying to start things off, because teams are going to start picking up momentum, like probably Hangzhou will, Tokyo will, Epizeuxis will, and you're going to have a lot of catching up to do. It's going to be very difficult for you to continue your season well if you lose this game, at least if it's a blowout. If you keep it close, then probably not. But I feel like there's a lot of pressure riding on Overcharged here, but at the same time, there's a lot of pressure on Platchat to like show that they can truly be top tier. I feel like if Platchat can win this decisively, they could be at least top 4, maybe even top 3.
Yeah, I would rate them higher. Like, if it's a clean 3-0 and like we're actually trying, it's not just us getting boomed by ourselves, then like, yeah, like that would be absolutely crazy. So
This is a weird match, though. I don't really
Yeah.
know how to predict it properly.
You just
I
gotta
just feel
believe in
like-
Romy, and there we go.
I just kind of have to base it on results right now. That I feel like Plat Chat's just the better team.
Mhm.
Alright.
So
I have full belief in Milky, the man himself, the lord of managing. To be able to like pull this around, fix up his team, and like all the issues and stuff. But I don't know. I just have to go with Plat Chat just based on like results currently.
let's see.
Okay. Well, our next game is Kingdom Come against Hangzhou Bark. I have Hangzhou winning 3-1. Milky has Hangzhou winning 3-1, and HAD has Hangzhou winning 3-0. 88% of our analysts have Hangzhou winning, and 71% of the community has Hangzhou winning. Bless you, Akimbo.
Thank you.
I will say this. I just think this is. I gave them a pity map. I think this will be an absolute slaughter. If Kingdom Come plays remotely like they did last week, I think it'll just be just awful to watch. If you're a
One thing.
quote unquote Kingdom Come fan, obviously.
Come stand me.
I think it'll really be Hangzhou's DPS line just absolutely just DPS differencing Kingdom Comes. Obviously Chuggy J and Acid really good. They're probably, in my opinion, just twice as good as Cheddar Raging Cool. As much as I like Raging Cool, I like Cheddar. I think they're really good players. I just think the Messiah himself, Chuggy J, will just absolutely destroy them.
You
Right,
done
this
sucking
might-
off,
this
Chuggy?
This might sound self-centered, but I feel like there's a lot riding on this match pride-wise, and it's mostly because of me. Like, if I'm starting here, I know damn well that I'm gonna be trying my ass off because these are some players that so I have some great history with, and I feel like either these two teams could be playing for bragging rights. No matter what the outcome is, I'm very sure that match chat's just gonna be filled with OTD. But I don't know. I feel like for like just normal watchers, it doesn't matter too much. But for the players themselves, there's a lot of like pride kind of riding on this match.
I kind of disagree. A part of the normal watchers part, because I think this is like the second key match of the week. I would say because it shows because Hangzhou, admittedly, like you guys have been doing well, but you've had some easier weeks.
Yeah.
So it's
That is
to see
true.
if they have that upwards momentum still to keep up with like the best teams. And after like 3 weeks of dominating, then like of course you're top tier. Like I rate you guys very highly already, but it's also showing if Kingdom Come can bounce back from this week from underperforming against Platchat, where they were one of the most dominant teams week one. They've fallen off kind of to lower mid tier right now. So it's to see if they can bounce back from that. So hopefully, if both teams come at full strength, this is gonna be a great match.
Yeah. Obviously Hangzhou.
Yeah, I feel like you go.
Yeah, obviously Hangzhou hasn't played the toughest teams. They beat Platchat week 1, and they just most recently beat Powerhouse. In my opinion, this game, as Milky said, is kind of a deciding factor. Obviously, if Hangzhou wins this very decisively, their floor is mid-tier, their ceiling is top 2 easily. Like they definitely wouldn't be a bottom feeder team if they win this game decisively.
Yeah, I feel like Kingdom Come, they definitely have the potential to make this a close series, but just based on how they did against Platchat, or was it Platchat? Yeah, it was,
Yes,
right?
it was Platchat.
Yeah, based on how they did against Platchat, I can't really say that I'm expecting it from them. I wouldn't be surprised, though. We're definitely not playing down to them. We're going to treat them as if they're any other good team. So, we're not going to be, like, throwing or anything. This is gonna be a good match. I feel like it'll be fun.
Yeah. AJD, do you have any thoughts on this match? I guess obviously not.
He is dead.
Well, I will.
Okay, so I'm an
there.
idiot and I muted my mic.
Good one.
My thought is that Hangzhou Bark there's no way they don't win this easily. Like, no offense to Kingdom Come, you guys have a decent team, but I think Hangzhou Bark is just miles and away better than Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
The
Now-
SMI arena.
Now something we haven't talked about yet. Free agency is open. So
Yay.
we will definitely be seeing some teams making moves. I don't know who's gonna make moves,
Money moves.
but there
If
is.
Powerhouse and Vertigo don't make changes, they're throwing. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say.
I will say, I
Wow.
think there are definitely going to be some teams that pick up some people. Obviously, there are a fair amount of good undrafted free agents. I would be able to tell you them if this was 2 weeks ago. I know Noma from Toker is a pretty solid flex support. Obviously, I think they could get picked up. There are a lot of... I think a main support will definitely be one of the more important categories for free agency because, in my opinion, that was the weakest role out of any in the division.
Bro, what if Powerhouse got Aqua though? What a fucking upgrade! Oh,
Yeah,
God.
obviously Aqua went undrafted. I mean, if you need a ball
I was
specialist, he's,
shocked. I was
Wait,
shocked.
he's your guy. He's your guy.
Wait, if we're picking a ball specialist, wouldn't you get Grape instead of Aqua?
No,
I don't know. I don't know. Grape is kind of a feeder. He's kind of a
It's
feeder.
kind of bad. No, I not even as a ball specialist though. Aqua is like a really good off tank and can definitely be an upgrade compared to a lot of off tanks in this league.
Definitely.
I'm
So-
still surprised he went
No.
undrafted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aqua's a great guy. He's a great teammate. He's a very good team player. Even if he's not a starter, he'd make a great backup.
He's gonna use this countdown segment as some kind of ego piece.
Okay, disclaimer here. I'm not vouching for Aqua. I say nice things because I'm a nice person.
I am
Aqua
definitely excited
blows.
to see how free agency rocks the boat. Because I know last season, Akimbo can vouch here, but with OC season 2, free agent like pickups changed everything for that team.
Yes,
it made you guys go from a 0-10 team to a 2-8 team.
Easy.
the beautiful tank line drafted of Hunter 27 King and TNT. What an
And it's fantastic.
Hunter.
But obviously, this week will be interesting. Thank you 3 for all coming on. Maybe you guys will come back another time. I know. I already have one person in mind that's already been on the show that'll be on later. Not gonna say who though. That's a pleasant
No
surprise.
leaks. No leaks.
But
No leaks.
as we close, if any of you want to say anything at all, shit talk, friendly words, kind messages, please go ahead.
Aspect fucking blows!
Follow the Gallon of Milk on Twitter and also Akimbo's a feeder.
Yo, follow Akimbo Hammer on Twitter too, while you're at it.
Alrighty. HAD, anything?
All I gotta say, Tokyo, you're not ready.
Oh,
That's
okay,
it.
man.
Oh shit.
Okay,
Throwing
man.
down the gauntlet.
Alrighty. Thank you 3 once again. I've been the host RMM, and I'll see everyone next week.
Hi everybody. Oh, shit. Hello everybody. Welcome back to the expert part of the countdown. My name is Scooter. I'm joined here with Recto.
Say something.
Huh?
Hey. Oh, I thought. Wait, why aren't we going in order?
It is in order in the dock. What do you mean?
In the dock? Oh
Yeah, in the
shit.
dock.
Okay.
and,
Did you fill out your part in the dock, Beast? I
yeah.
did fill out my part of the dock.
Yeah, Beast, come on. You gotta get on top of that, you know?
I'm also not looking at it. I'm playing try FFA.
I'm
gonna watch it off the whole time.
Yeah. Alright, so we got Recto here.
You want me to say something?
Yeah, just say anything. You gotta say something.
Hey guys.
Next we have Bun.
Hello.
And then we have Beast.
Hey.
Alright, let's go over to the first game, which
Oh
is the
my God.
Chengdu Chads and Love Muffin game. The player of the match was Genie, and the honorable mention was Bun. Congrats,
Yeah,
Bun.
the goat.
The goat, yeah.
The goats.
Alright. I'll explain from my point of view, and then Bun, can you explain from your point of view?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So, going into this game, we were expecting for it to be close, but we were also expecting to win, honestly. But, due to some stuff, like my brain being off and Eok DCing like 15 times.
Yeah, he got DDoSed.
Yeah, he got DDoSed. Unlucky.
My bad.
We had to run different stuff that we didn't try, and like we had double main tank in for the last 2 maps, but we won one, which was pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, it was a bad showing from us. Next week, easy comeback with Z9.
Yes.
Yeah,
Vaughn,
of
can
course,
you go
of
next
course.
with the your
Oh,
thing?
I think it was main tank difference, and then we put Fireclaw in, and it was main tank difference for us.
Damn, you're gonna say it to his face?
Yo.
It's not nice, dude. That's
You
not
already
nice.
did- you already did say it to his face.
Hashtag Fireclaw diff.
You know what? Fireclaw is the goat, so I'm sorry.
Hashtag free Fireclaw.
Yeah,
Fireclaw is just simply the
honestly, I'm
best
not gonna
player.
lie. I do like Fireclaw more than Matt. That's
No,
probably
I like
just-
both of them.
I
Like, as a
I like
person?
both of them, but I feel like Matt is more of like a Rhine player than a Monkey player, and I feel like Fireclaw is more like tailored to the Monkey. You know what I mean?
Incredibly ableist.
Wait, who, Matt?
Huh?
Oh.
Who are you talking? Wait, who you talking?
I said
I'm
that
talking
I said that I believe that Fireclaw is more tailored towards a Monkey than Matt.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I
Wait,
said,
wait.
yeah.
Okay, never mind. I got it the wrong way. Okay, I got it. Yep.
I want to say it one more time, just in case.
Yeah. Can you say that one more time?
Fuck off.
My bad.
Nah. Matt is more of a Rhine player. In my opinion, Fireclaw is more of a Monkey player, but I haven't seen that much of Fireclaw.
Okay, I wrote that down.
He's our best player.
That's scouting?
Yeah.
Yep, scouting.
Alright, next game was Easy Clap versus Newt Newt. The
Uh.
player that matches Client, and the honorable mentions were Flawless and Daniel.
let's
Recto,
go,
can you
let's-
just go over your team's perspective going into the game and throughout the game?
Wait, I thought they played.
Okay.
Z9.
No, we did not play Z9. I wish we played Z9. No
Yeah.
offense, Z9. No offense, Juice.
Didn't you play
So-
SFG?
Yeah, we play SFG. Easy win.
Hey.
Finally, we get to catch a break. Easy. Okay, so yeah, we were gonna run standard because we suck, and then they didn't, and they rolled us. So I swapped to Widow, and I liked it, but we lost. Yeah, that's all I have to say. And Neglect's fucking PC and internet like blew up like 5 times during the match.
Yeah, I remember that. And Neglect actually like fixes internet. Fixes
It literally
internet.
it literally does not happen in scrims, but when match day comes, his PC fucking explodes. The Easy Clap curse, dude. Even the 2-timer kind of skip, and that's discouraging, dude.
Yeah, but I also did watch that game, and Newt did run a lot of special comps. I believe the comp
Dude.
is called the Air Force.
Dude, my out of league team runs that. They call it Air Strike. Air Force is a
Strike.
bootleg Chinese ripoff, dude.
Ah, I
They run the Hog instead. Actual Chinese ripoff.
Yeah, of course.
You should have ran the Air Strike.
Yeah, so that was basically the game. In my opinion, it was kind of a roll from Newt.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean,
I don't know.
no.
Oh, it's the closest match I've ever played in my whole life.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll take
with
your
that.
word for it.
Yeah. It was 100%.
Yeah. All right, going on to the next game. It is San Francisco Glock
Yep.
versus Z9. The player of the match was Glacial, and the honorable mention was Joshua. Beast, can you just
Really?
go through your perspective? Yeah. Beast, can you just go through your perspective about the game and everything about it?
Nobody wanted to play it, and Pascal had 1 hour to play it, so we tried to run it as quick as possible. Except for half a map where Joshua ran Hog and played in the back line.
No, but Joshua Hog is cracked.
True.
It is kind of good. Is it just me, or did Joshua under? I'm not gonna say.
DPS line kind of crazy.
Wait, what's the actual copy pasta?
I don't remember.
I'm doing the research. Don't worry. Okay, I got it. No, it's just my.
You're bringing up the numbers, the calculations.
I got it. Anyone else feel like Joshua underperformed, or just me? Oh yeah,
Oh
DPS
my
line kind of crazy. Dude, Wyoming gamers the goat.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like
I don't know.
21 hook accuracy is like kind of a good benchmark for Joshua. I don't see
Yeah.
that.
21.
21.
That's pretty
Yeah,
It's pretty
that's what I'm
good.
saying.
good. 21 out of 1,000? That's pretty good, actually.
I don't know. Like,
It might not have been out of 1,000, though.
yeah, he did not want to be there because it was right after OD.
Yeah.
Yeah, mad respect.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, OD is messing a bit with League Zero, but what can you really do?
Oh, yeah,
wait.
he didn't
Also,
get
talking
knocked
about
out
OD,
first
Bon, congrats on making it into trials.
Oh, yeah.
no.
Bon,
We only
congrats.
made it. We only made it into trials.
Yeah, okay.
playoffs.
Congrats on
Yawn.
making it to trials, okay?
Yeah, we need to do stuff in trials.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dog meat.
Yeah, I need to lock a Reaper.
Yeah.
Then what's
Uh,
your gonna play?
Think you need to let Term coach you more?
Yep. Gotta do some consulting with Corey.
Jim just says random things each
Need
round.
some new strats, need some new strats.
Like, all Tim says is, that's why I'm here, and he doesn't say anything after that. Very useful.
I mean, dude, you already know what he's
Does
gonna
that-
say, so it doesn't need to be said.
Does it help though? Does it help?
It can't not help.
Yeah. So it's like at the very least, you're not getting any worse, right? But there's a small chance that inspires you
To do worse, yeah?
to do
Yeah.
worse. Oh yeah, I guess. Never mind.
All right, let's move on to the first game that we predicted. So the first game is Chengdu Chads versus Newt Newt. All of us believe that Newt Newt is going to win, except for the analysts. All right,
The analysts are good at
lol.
I mainly think the Newts is going to win because they just have more synergy than Chads, in my opinion.
True. I agree.
I feel like Chads have a lot more like mechanical skill, just like separate from roles. Like the DPS line is very, very good. The tank line is very, very good. The support line is very, very good. I didn't say that.
That's true.
I did not.
Honestly, that might be true. I just want Genie to do an easy clap. Honestly.
We're playing
I just want me and Bun to join real teams.
Don't let Newt watch the countdown. We're actually gonna put Plasma in for the Israeli synergy.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Yeah.
Are you gonna run the bar mitzvah
that
comp,
destroyed
dude?
us. I'm not gonna lie.
The bar mitzvah comp, dude? Don't run it.
I'm still
Sam
waiting.
Meta Definer Levine, baby!
I'm still
Let's
waiting
go.
for us to get striked for not having the proper player icons enabled.
Oh yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
You can get striked for that?
I had the Israel flag on the entire time.
Yeah, and
Wait, who's
Genie
the
had the
host?
mayhem
Who's the
thing
host?
on.
Oh yeah, Genie had the man thing. Wait, which one? The new one or the old one?
The old one.
Of
Yeah,
course,
old
because he's a part of Easy Clap, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now I'm
Yeah.
a part of Israel.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Bun is not real.
Oh.
This is turning out to be a very, very fast countdown.
Oh, what the hell, guys?
Yeah.
We need more discussion.
We need more content.
Just
Okay.
wait till the
We need
end
more
when we
content, guys.
start-
It's only been 10 minutes.
Just wait till we start campaigning.
Okay, so the
Campaigning
Newts,
for what?
Newts is a very interesting team. You see, because they have.
Adbon is dog shit. That's my
Okay, we said that. Okay. No, we just have to list their players one by one and
Alright,
say
you
which
wanna
hero they
go-
play. Okay. You go first. You say the tanks.
Alright,
Say the tanks.
so there's Flawless on the monkey, right? And he
Mhm,
plays
mhm. Inspirational.
Monkey and Ryan.
Yeah.
solid
Oh,
player.
yeah.
And then
Solid
you've got
player, main
Client
tank.
on the
Main
Diva.
tank,
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
an
yeah,
off-tank
yeah.
player.
Tank player. Okay. He also plays the
Diva
Diva.
player. He also,
and,
also
the,
plays
and,
Diva.
and Zarya and the Diva. He does that.
Yeah.
Wait.
Two,
I think he
off-tank
also plays
heroes.
the Diva. I think he also plays the Diva.
Yeah,
Oh
we're-
yeah. And the
we're-
Diva and the Hog, of
Yeah,
course.
oh, the
And the
Hog.
Hog.
Oh,
And
the
the
Sigma.
Pocket Pick Hog.
And the,
Alright,
Sigma.
now we go to the DPS. Since
Wait, are we not? Are we forgetting any tanks?
Uh,
Oh, Nemo, the
Yeah,
goat.
Nemo.
Dude, Nemo,
Who?
can't forget him.
Yeah,
Yo,
Nemo.
Beast. He's the goat. Okay, it doesn't matter. He's our main.
I'll
He's our
take- I'll-
main tank.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the
Nemo,
main tank.
inspirational. Actually, I'm saying inspirational too much. Nemo is amazing. Amazing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Their DPS term. I'm just joking. Term, the goat of the UK, dude. Okay, I don't care if he's not from the UK. The
Term
goat
is
of
the
the
best
UK.
DPS on Newt.
The best DPS I've ever seen in my
The
whole
only
life.
good one.
Dude.
I taught
only
him
good
everything
one.
I know.
Also, he's from Canada, dude. So that's nice. Then we
Yeah,
have
it is
Advon.
Canada.
Never mind, he's no longer the best DPS on Newt.
Then Advon,
Wait.
dude. Inspirational soldier, dude. Inspirational. Amazing. I love
That's
it.
annoying.
Love it.
Yeah, they also have Snipes.
Who snipes?
Oh.
I'm just joking.
Wait,
Snipes,
who
is the best
snipes?
Widowmaker I've ever seen in my whole life. Ever.
I don't know. I've seen Zero.
I've seen
I can't even
Jazz,
joke about that.
Jazza? Who the hell is Jazza? I don't care. Okay, I'm talking about Snipes. Dude, Snipes is the goat.
Why is everyone just rem to you, man? Why do you just keep saying who is this person?
Snipes is the goat.
All right. Before we
Of
get
the United
too
States.
much content, let's move on to the next game.
Wait. We can't. Okay,
Alright.
wait. Swift,
I don't
Daniel,
finish the analysis.
Geode. Swift,
Yeah.
Daniel, Geode.
So
Why didn't you?
yeah,
why didn't you list Swift with the DPS?
Yeah, he plays DPS.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just rushing. Okay, Swift, DPS, amazing, so good. Daniel, very good player. Geode, very good. I like it. Okay, let's go.
Daniel's the best on in the world. I think.
Oh wait,
Are you gonna-
Chengdu. Okay, let's go Chengdu. Matt, so good.
Sucks.
Fireclaw,
I mean,
actually-
I am
Ducky?
actually going to sleep right now. Like,
Okay, listen. Ducky, amazing. Bun, so good. Zero's alright.
Bun.
Okay, who else? Shag, amazing. Best player I've ever seen.
Hey, Lon, what do you think?
Yeah.
What's your
Plasma,
prediction for
Plasma,
the
very good.
Chengdu Newt game, man?
Oh, wait. I wasn't allowed to say it, but I think
Yeah,
they
say it.
will.
Yeah,
Say
you're
it.
saying
Think they
now.
win? Alright.
It wins 3-0.
Okay.
Let's go!
Okay, I agree. Wait, what did I put?
Someone during that match might remind me that trade and win trade are two different things.
Bun, you know what you need to do. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I've received the deposit.
That's too much of the rosters. That's too much of the rosters. Let's move on to the next game, which is Easy Clap versus Squad.
Okay, easy clap, dude. Neglect. Best Wi-Fi.
Bro,
best
let me
internet-
speak.
Okay. Jeez.
All right. So everyone believes that Glock is gonna win. Now you can go.
Wait, who said that?
Look at
You
the
guys are my
doc.
homies.
I
Who
didn't.
said
Wait,
that?
no, I didn't say that. I
Beast
literally
did not
just
say
didn't
that.
say that. Check the doc.
Oh
Check
yeah.
the
Checking the
doc.
doc right
B
now.
said
You
said
better put that in the fucking countdown video. You better put that shit in the video.
Hold
checking
on.
the doc right
I'll
now.
DM Acri after this. All right.
Acri better put that shit in the video.
Yeah. But,
Alright, continue.
Yeah. All right. So we all think that, except for Beast, we all think that in Recto, that Glock is gonna win basically 3-0. Yeah.
Yo, wait. What do you mean? And recto, dude? No, we're gonna.
No, I said and Recto do not believe.
Oh, the analysts?
Yeah. No. No.
Wait.
Huh?
Wait,
When
what?
did I ever say the analysts?
I heard analysts the second time, but
What?
the first time I heard and.
Wait, who are the analysts making the predictions for these games?
Yeah, who are the analysts?
Who
dude?
Who
You're
are
freaking,
these
like,
guys?
It's
Like,
a
yeah, who
divisional
is it?
analysts.
Who are the
Official
divisional
plan.
analysts? dude?
Like
Huh?
I don't know. It's people in the production Discord.
All right.
Name
We're hunting
names.
them down.
Name names.
So it's, I know a few people. I know there's Bakanje, Beast. You're one of them.
I am?
What?
Yeah. You,
I am? I don't have a production
Beast.
role. I'm
Yeah.
on the fucking
Beast.
server.
You aren't
Wait.
in the server,
No?
but you have the divisional but you're on like the spreadsheet for like.
He hasn't updated in like 4 years, dude.
Yeah, I know, but that still
that
counts as divisional analyst.
Shit.
Wait, Beast. Wait, what
do
did
you
the
have
analyst say?
access to the production chat in League Zero?
No, I don't have the role.
Wait,
Wait,
Twitter, what did the analyst say for the San Francisco Glock versus Easy Clap match?
Analyst said that Glock wins 72%.
And Beast is an analyst, correct?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Beast.
Explain yourself.
I gotta go.
Jack, that's back.
Wait, he can't get in here. He can't get back in here.
He's in lobby 1A.
I can't really leave here because of I'm recording, but I think we make an exception. Right.
Dude, you screwed up the whole episode. What
Yeah, come on! I had to get out of everything.
You had to get out of
Dub. Dub.
Beast is revolutionary. Okay, next match.
Our next match is Love Muffin versus Z9.
that was- okay,
I don't know how you guys think that we're gonna lose a map.
Wait, what
That's
did
my thing.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't think one's grim
listen.
against
Yeah.
Z9 in the first
I
week.
do not think Love Muffin is bad at all. I think they're actually like decent. But
Yeah.
man, come on, Z9. Like, I think they can take them out.
Yeah, you're kind of counting your scrim bucks like way too high, man.
No, I'm
Like-
not. Like,
I wanna represent Phineas and Ferb. Can I get traded?
I want to represent the spirit team. Fuck Phineas and Ferb.
Wait, which team?
Love Muffin.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see.
oh yeah,
Okay,
I see. God, this
Yeah.
is the first countdown that people say that Love Muffin is not a bad name.
Okay, no, I hate the name.
Okay.
I hate the name. I hate the
3
brand
times
name.
in a row.
I hate
the name.
I hate the logo, but the name's pretty good.
Okay, the name is alright. The logo, it scares me, dude. Okay.
There's nothing lovely about that muffin.
Not even
Yeah, right?
It's like a scary muffin.
Yeah,
Okay, wait, let me look at the logo right now. Let me pull it up.
So basically, all the predictions believe that Love Muffin is going to win, but Love Muffin will
You know
lose
what?
a map. The
Maybe
analysts
3-0.
believe that Love Muffin will win 56%,
Oh my God,
and the
dude.
community thinks that's 69. Nice.
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 Wait a minute. That logo actually. Never mind.
Wait, did we mention that Jisho was honorable mention for play of the match?
I did. Yeah.
Yo,
Okay,
how did that
just making
happen? I
sure.
thought he underperformed.
Just making sure.
Damn, dude. Wait, you
Uh,
you were honorable mention, Bun. How did that happen?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know either.
Should have been Matt for letting us sub in Fireclaw.
Farquaad's the goat, honestly. Cannot stress this enough.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
alright.
what is our next topic?
That is the last thing.
No.
Okay, guys, campaign right now. Did anyone make it?
Wait, Recto, let me say one thing, okay? So that was all the predictions that we had. Now Recto has something that he would like to say.
You really had to do a transition for that? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Free my homies, Bun. Free my homies, Genie. Free Matt. Wait, who else?
Client.
Free Client.
Client.
Free my man,
Yeah.
Client. Actually, I
Client
think
on
Client's
D9.
vibing,
You
dude.
don't play DPS like he
Free
wants.
neglect.
All on easy clap.
Free
Wait,
neglect.
Free neglect. He's on your team.
Free neglect.
I don't care.
Free neglect from his own PC.
Free Yellow God, I hate them both. They suck.
Are you sure you're trying to say free? Don't you mean release?
No. I want to let them go, but I can't. I can't bring myself to do it.
I need Flipside to free me for $20 in a Disney Plus
Oh,
subscription.
also, yeah. We tried. Flipside tried getting Client, and he was like, "I'll give you my Disney Plus. We'll give you Strider." Agreed. And then he said, "While you're at it, give us Geode as well."
Wait, I need to check my DMs with Dart. Where the fuck are they? I think I one-upped your offer.
Oh wait, what? You can't just do that, dude.
Yeah, $21 a Disney Plus account and Flipside C4 for client. He said no. Like, I don't understand. That guy's a freak.
Okay, we'll use each other to up the price. All right.
Yeah.
So I'll do 22. You'll do 22.
I already did 22.
Wait, what?
You do 23.
Okay,
Why
fine,
you-
I'll do 22.
Why are you guys bidding for an offer that's not gonna go through?
Yo, Bun, you're not a believer, dude, and that's disgusting.
Yeah, you gotta believe.
All right.
This
so
is your movement too,
this is the end of the countdown.
No.
No. Let me speak. Let me speak.
Can someone
Alright,
disconnect this guy?
We don't have the perms.
Yeah.
Okay, how about the three of us host every week, and then we invite one
if
guest?
you-
Honestly, that's what I'm saying.
No. If you guys want to
remembered.
keep talking, just go at it.
Is it over?
Okay,
No, it's not over.
Oh, it's not over.
we own the countdown.
I should have never left Tryhard FFA.
Oh wait, let me join Tryhard FFA right now.
No, join. I'm launching Overwatch. I'll join on.
It might be over.
It might be over. Okay, find stuff to say. Easy Clap. I like Easy Clap a lot. It's nice. Yeah.
Ed, remember that team Z9?
Yeah. What about them?
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Oh, that's it.
I don't know.
That's so cool.
Shout out
Oh.
Marquis. That guy's cool.
Marky, it's the goat. Oh yeah, Easy Club about to sign some kids, so that's nice. Oh, dude, Flipside's gonna fucking nuke me once this episode
Yo, we
uploaded.
released it. Wait, if y'all sign up by Friday, it's all good.
Yeah, I know, but they haven't released the forms, dude.
Just DM. Dude, Glock's not gonna pick him up. Just DM me who it is.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanna know.
I
I
swear
wanna
to
know.
God. Okay.
Hey guys, that was it for the countdown. I was your
No.
host this week.
No.
Yeah,
That's
thanks,
my
Fun, for
job.
inviting
That's
me
my
on.
job.
Hey, okay, guys.
I had a
That's
great
my
time.
job. All right.
Okay, I was the only one to remember, so
If my
That's
message
true.
reaches,
I was
if my
basically the
message
host.
reaches the viewers, I don't know. We start a movement. We need to become the hosts. It's much more interesting this way.
Yeah.
No.
I feel like we bring like more natural charisma.
More natural charisma, more game knowledge.
Oh, especially.
Oh my god.
You know, Pooter, we'll invite you next week. You want to come on the countdown next week?
Yeah, I'll
you
come
can
down.
be our
I'll
guest.
come down next
You
week.
can be our
Why not?
guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but only as our guest.
Yeah.
Trust me, we'll
Not-
talk to
not so
Acri
sure
about
about
it.
that.
We've got his PayPal. It's kind of a
You got
foregone
Acri's
conclusion at this
PayPal?
point. Yeah, man.
Yep.
Doesn't.
Do you guys feel like I was saying? I don't know. Wait, who
Wait.
the fuck is that guy? I don't know who that is. Sorry, what?
Wait, what happened?
I don't know. I'm just looking at what this dude's posting in general.
All
Wait.
right.
Oh, Acri. Can we change expert countdown host?
Oh.
Me, Bun, and Recta.
That is 3 hosts and 1 guest.
3 hosts in one thing.
And have 1 guest each week.
Okay, listen, Pooter. Majority votes. It's a democracy.
Majority votes.
Yeah, we've got
Yep.
actually we've got an inside line to staff. I don't think you
I mean,
realize.
yeah,
Yep.
that is true, but.
Yup. PayPaling Baz right now.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Funding his education back to Boise State or wherever the fuck. he-
Yup. Paying his tuition to get on the countdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
sure
Bun,
if I can do
you're the
that.
host now. You gotta say the
All right,
line.
Buzz.
Yeah, yeah,
host
Wait,
now?
did I say Buzz?
Yeah, you're hosting.
Alright,
You say the
say
line.
the line.
Buzz.
I don't. Wait, what's the line?
Bun, say the line.
I don't know. Bazinga.
Wait, what is the line?
I fucking know.
All right. So that is the end of the countdown.
Wait, I got it. So that's the end of the countdown. Yeah, free Bun.
That's not even it.
Shut up! It's the same thing. Okay, wait. Say.
So that's
okay,
the end of the countdown. Thank you for our guest Pooter Scooter for coming on this week. And we will see you guys next week with more
Just
expert
about-
analysis.
This is 20 minutes longer than it should be.
All right. Okay. It's been 23 minutes actually.
Exactly.
All right. All right. That's the end of the
We need more
countdown.
revenue.
This is week 3. My name is Pooter Scooter, your host.
already said it.
Recto, do you have
Already
any final
I mean,
words?
guest.
I really want to get a repick for Yolo God. He's kind of bad.
All right. Beast, do you have any final words?
No.
All right. All right. Bun, do you have any final words?
Free me.
Wait.
Oh
you
yeah,
can't,
free Bun. I forgot about that.
Yo, you
Wait,
can't forget about your boys, dude.
I wanna see how big this one gets.
Bun. There's more to it. There's more to it, dude. Come on. Free me. Free
Free you.
Jimmy. Free Matt.
Free limit.
Yeah, free limit. What I don't even know what limit did. And free client. Actually, I think client's vibing, but just in case, free client.
No, free client.
Yeah, free.
Okay, for sure, free client.
All right. So that's the end of the countdown. I'll see you guys next week.
Wait, one more thing. I have one more thing to say.
I got into the recording.
All right.
Never mind,
I was
never
about to
mind.
end the recording.
Never mind. I'll just debate. Wait, no, it's fine.
Wait, Recto, I have a question. Recto? Are you here?
Recto.
Recto.
I'm not gonna respond to that.
Yo, this guy's 28. He can't
I have
hear.
a-
You gotta be
I
louder.
have a question.
Yeah,
Recto, I have a
you,
question.
No, you don't. You do not have a
I
question.
have a question.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, actually. I'm not kidding. It's really important too. Has
No.
something to do with the trade deal.
No.
No, actually. Recto,
No,
please.
that's really important.
Yeah, that's
Recto.
actually really important.
I just want to go to easy.
Pooter, end the recording first.
Recto, please.
End the
End the
recording. All right.
recording.
All right. See you guys next week. Bye.